Hello everyone and welcome back to SAFC Fan TV. After Sunderland were able to see off Accrington Stanley in midweek, we now welcome Lincoln City to the Stadium Live for the second time in just over a month. And joining me to watch the game, first and foremost, as always, down in the bottom right there, he's the man with the recently newly improved internet and, of course, his adapter, which allows him to have his headphones in while he charges his phone. It's Mr. Michael Bowers. Michael, how are you getting on today?
All right. I'm doing all right. Hopefully I'll be all right in 2.5 hours, but are you okay?
I am okay, Michael. Have you got any interesting stories for us today?
If you're referring to the game, then okay, I'll give you one pointless stat here. Before October 2019, Sunderland and Lincoln hadn't met each other in over 20 years. The last time before that was January 1999, when Sunderland won 1-0 away in the FA Cup. There you go.
Well then, thank you for that, Michael. And as always, in the top right, here he is. He's not got his disco lights today, unfortunately, actually. And as always, like have a little bit. Look, has he got his bed made? I'm not entirely sure.
Nope, not made.
The bed's not made. Dino, how are you doing? How are you doing,
Dino? Yeah, good, mate. Quiet day. Just another quiet day on a Saturday, really.
Have you checked your house for any shaving cream or any other cream?
I don't need to worry about this. Not. He's done it once. He's done it twice. A third time. He's got to do it a couple of months down the line. You can do it now. It's not going to happen. I've made sure.
Well, maybe I've got something that might surprise you saying that. And joining us today, our special guest up until kick-off and coming back at half-time, it's Gary from Fans React. Gary, how are you doing?
I'm all right, guys. Good to see you. Nice to be invited on. Thanks for having me.
No, mate, thanks for coming on. You've got a bit of an interesting story about our boss, Wee Philly, haven't you?
Oh, where do I start? I could really slag him off, yeah. I could really go to town. I don't need to get taken down off YouTube though. No, he was. I did used to go in Idols a lot on a Saturday lunchtime back in the day, and obviously he was hosting it, and I've got to say it was great crack. I'll tell you one thing is that I live in Yorkshire, and obviously around here there's Leeds fans, Man United fans, whatever, and I often used to get the train up and have a few beers, make a day of it, and bit by bit other lads started to come with me. Lads who supported like Leeds, Man United and whoever, and they absolutely loved Idols. And they'd ask me when the next home match was because they wanted to come up to Sunderland. They'd have a great day, get on with everybody, a few beers. And when it got to 5-3, I'd struggle to get them out of Idols. I thought it was a cracking thing. So, yeah. And obviously Wee Philly was the man in those days. I think he's a bit past it now, but yeah.
I'm just waiting for his little
I think he's going to have something to say about this, like... F2'd. You've been F2'd.
Anyway, as always, we are live. So if you want to get yourselves in the live chat and say whatever you like, really. If you want to give us your thoughts on the mask, ask us any questions, tell us whatever. Have a go. That's what it's there for. Already on that is Layla Wilkinson Brown, Frank Newchammer 3, our friend from the States. Swan 269 says Lincoln City struggling, our boys streaking, let's go. Joshua 08, John YT, King Maguire 1, Leighton Jordan, that's your mate, isn't it, Dino?
Yeah, my mate. Sit rep Leighton, sit rep to the Leighton.
Sit rep, yep. No idea what that means. Harvey,
You never will, mate. You never will. You never will.
John Bradley, Dominic Barton, Steve M73, Owen from Lincoln, hello to you. Jonathan Ryan, C. Minton, and Dill Space Ann. I wonder if his name's Dylan. And what's now become a little bit of a tradition on this channel. Dino, have you got the opposition lineup to read out?
I don't know why you ask, because you know I have.
Yes, well,
Right. Would you like me to read the team out for Lincoln City?
No, I just thought I'd ask you if...
Jack's just got to professionally ask you, Dino. He's just trying to ease your way.
I was just getting curious, actually.
Yeah, mate, it's all there. It's all up on the screen,
Go on, then.
Oh, you want to read it now, do you? Right. Well, in goal, I have Palmer. At left back, Bramall. In the centre is Jackson and Monsma. You know what? Some of these names. On the right is Poole, who I believe used to play for Man United. If I might be wrong. On the left is Rogers. In the centre is former Sunderland player, I think, Liam Bridcut. With him is McGradles, and on the right is Eden. It's up to you how you want to pronounce it. And up front is Morton and Johnson. So it looks like they're playing a traditional 4-4-2 today.
Yes, the classic traditional 4-4-2. And Sunderland, of course, line up like this. In goal, number 1, Lee Burge. Number 2, Conor McLaughlin. Number 6, the captain, Max Power. Number 9, Charlie Wag. Number 11, Lyndon Gooch. Number 13, Luke O'Nien. Number 16, Dion Sanderson. Number 23, Grant Ledbetter. Number 25, Colin McFadden. Number 26, Carl Winchester. And number 28 is Aidan McGeady. Substitutes this afternoon. Number 20, Aaron Matthews. Number 7, Chris Maguire. Number 14, Josh Scowen. Number 21, Jack Diamond. Number 24, Dan Neil. Number 31, Ross Stewart. And number 35 is Ollie Younger. Michael, we'll go to you first. It looks as if it's a 4-3-3 today. Ledbetter and McFadden coming into the side there, the two changes. What do you make of that lineup today?
I don't know, because part of me wondered whether it was another 4-2-3-1, but it was going to be Winchester behind Charlie White, or Scowen behind White. I don't know, but the 4-3-3 thing might actually might be more accurate, to be honest. I think that whoever Sunderland we're going to play, we can't. I think I'm hoping Lee Johnson hammers into them. These guys are on a poor run of form, but it doesn't mean you can't take. It doesn't mean you can take them lightly. If we take them lightly, we won't win the game. But also at the same time, there's an opportunity there to put create a gap between us and Lincoln. So Ledbetter could be interesting. Did Ledbetter play midweek? I don't think he did.
No, he didn't. He came into the team.
Okay, well, in which case, then obviously he should have a full week. It just depends what's happened with his shoulder in case there's a risk of popping it out again. But hopefully not. Hopefully Ledbetter's there to just sort of control the midfield, make sure we don't get overrun in midfield. And then that's half the battle, isn't it? So fingers crossed it's a Sunderland win.
Well, yes, of course, I'll hope that. Gary, I'll come to you next. Of course, it's 2 changes made to the side. I think it's 4-3-3. Are you happy with that lineup? Are you confident now?
Bit worried about the midfield, and I'm just wondering what's happened to Vokins. Is he injured? Does anybody know?
Well, he's not made it on the bench, so you would imagine, because I actually thought he had a decent game. I thought he probably had his best game in a Sunderland shirt, which I know doesn't say much, but I thought he improved against Accrington anyway.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm not sure how tested defensively he was on Wednesday night, apart from that one-on-one where he managed to shepherd the lad out to the left. Yeah, I agree. He had a good game, so I'd kind of hoped he would stop in, give the lad some confidence, build him up, and at the end of the day, I don't think any of us are that confident about McFadden, and he looks as though he's always got an error in him. I do wonder if he perseveres with McFadden, because he does link up fairly well with Geeds, so maybe that's behind that. But yeah, in terms of the midfield, I like Winchester, and I've always thought of him as a natural replacement for Grant. But neither of them are particularly attack-minded, are they? So that's a bit of a worry. I guess Power will step up a bit there. I've really sort of become a bit of a fan of Scowen's since Johnson's come in. It's because of his energy levels as much as anything. So I would have preferred to see Scowen in instead of Grant, and that's something I wouldn't have said at the start of the season. But Bridcut's back, and Bridcut was given a hard time at Sunderland, but as a defensive midfielder, I always thought he did a half decent job for us, and he's an intelligent footballer. So maybe it's partially because we want to try and control the midfield. But I don't know much about Lincoln, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, of course. I think it could be one of those games where it's a bit of a midfield battle. Of course, as much as I think they're in poor form recently, they're probably not going to be any pushovers. That have been very good this season. They've exceeded expectations, really. But I think you're right in what you say, that there's not many attacking options coming from the midfield. And if it is a 4-3-3 out of those three, you're looking at them going, well, which one's going to be burst into the final third supporting the attack? But Dino, Mr. Elgar, how do you rate the lineup?
Let's just get the lineup again so I can have a look. I mean, the back four probably picks itself at the minute with injuries and stuff like that. I mean, Luke O'Nien's been solid. Dion Sanderson's a must starter. I mean, if you're going we're going to go 4-4-2 or whatever, you'd probably put Max Power at right back, because we know Conor McLaughlin's played better at centre back. But I think Conor McLaughlin's one of the most improved players this season. I think he's been class. McFadden, I think Gary's right. He does have a mistake in him, but I think his performances have been a lot better. Ledbetter, I would have probably preferred Scowen just for the energy. I know Ledbetter's a good footballer, but he doesn't have the legs. But that's why I think you have Max Power and Winchester. I've been looking at his legs, mate, 100%, mate. He's from the area. You got to look at them legs. I feel like if you put Scowen in there, that means you've got loads of energy in the centre, whereas Ledbetter's who lacks that. But Ledbetter is someone who's got more experience and will probably sit just in front of the back two just to protect Sanderson and Luke O'Nien. Obviously, the front two of White and McGeady picks itself. Gooch, I mean, I know he scored in Wembley, but I feel like Gooch hasn't had the best season. But with Jones out, who else do you have? I mean, Maguire hasn't really turned up much this season.
Yeah.
Lyndon Gooch has his moments, but obviously you'd rather see Jordan Jones in there, but obviously he's just not available with injury. So, to be fair, I think the team really picked itself with injuries and stuff like that, really.
Yeah.
Just a quick one, Dino, Jack, if I can interject. If I'd have been Johnson today, I'd have put Diamond in because he tortured them down there, didn't he?
But I thought he was quite poor on Wednesday night.
Are you called Dino, Jack? Are you called Dino? No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, mate. For me, Diamond, I mean, when he starts, he doesn't really. I don't know. I feel like at the minute, Diamond's more of an impact because he done it against at Wembley.
Yeah.
He brought him on for Maguire and he pushed further up the pitch a bit later on. So I feel like Diamond's probably best used for about the 60-minute mark as an impact player, just to give her that bit more pace and a bit more directness.
I thought he did kind of Wembley when he came on towards the end. I mean, he didn't do anything major of note, but it was nice to have that outlet. He was kind of operating on the left-hand side most of the time, and we spent a lot of that game defending towards the end when he was on. And I thought he did all right as an outlet when we kind of got the ball clear, someone to run with it, because he does have a lot of energy, but I thought he was quite poor against Accrington, and I was quite pleased to see him come off, really, because I don't think he was really offering us anything. And I'll just quickly back on to the live chat. Jonathan Ryan, hello to you. Dill answers, he's always present from France. Ben Allison skiing 2022, hello to you. James Nixon says, all right, lads from Ireland. The legend Tom Wallace, our good friend, says, today's the day. It's 5 to Sunderland. Tyler Metcalf, John Bradley. We've got a Nottingham Forest fan who says, come on, Lincoln. I'm not sure where that connection comes from. Ben Allison has also said the pool player for used to play for Newport and Manchester United. Hello to Thin SAFC as well. Tom Wallace, I would give man of the match to whoever was the sub who gave us the ball quickly to set up the first goal against Accrington. James Pickering, Leighton Jordan, and Bradley Young. Lads, just another kind of talking point, I guess. Ross Stewart on the bench today. A lot of people calling for him to come in. I mean, he scored that great header against Accrington that actually won us the game in the end. I know White went and got the other one, but tend to say the winning goals the first one. But I also thought he did really well overall. And I think we got a bit more of a foothold in the game when he came on. I think he offered us something, and we had just a little bit extra control. I mean, concerns over his fitness. I think he's only played that half of football since he joined in January. But Dino, would you have brought him in at the starting 11 today?
I would have liked to see him, but if you think about it logically, he's just come back from injury, and the worst thing you can do is put him in straight away and you get injured. So it's like a risk reward. Do you play him, or do you risk him getting injured, or do you bring him on, say we're 1-0 up or maybe 1-0 down, and you've got to put another striker on him? I mean, Ross Stewart is a big target man. I mean, every header, I think he won every header on the game against, who was it? Who we played him? We won 2-0. Who was it again?
Accrington.
Yeah,
you normally spot up on that position.
Yeah, I'm a bit.
He's forgot a game that happened like 3 days ago.
Yeah, exactly, mate. That just shows where my mind is at the minute. But
he's too busy grafting, delivering parcels.
I mean, he won every header when he came on. He looked good with his feet. He looked like he had a bit of pace about him. I think at the minute you do bring him on if you're struggling a little bit. But at the minute, obviously, you kind of drop White, really, can you, with the form he's in? And he did, like you say, White got a goal against Accrington as well, so you can't really drop White. So if you're going to play the one, you've got obviously going to start White, aren't you?
Yeah, that's a fair point, Dean. I mean, I wouldn't mind even seeing them play together, because I thought that they formed a kind of little partnership, and I think White really benefits to have a strike partner anyway, or at the very least, plays around him and relieve him of some of his responsibilities. But Gary, would you like to see Ross Stewart come in today yourself?
It was suggested a lot last night in some of the social media, so I wouldn't have been surprised. I think it was suggested because Lincoln, supposedly, by those who've watched them more than me, are a bit susceptible to high balls in the box. So I think there's a suggestion we might bombard them a little bit. But I think that, as Dino said, if you keep him back, he's obviously had an injury problem, and I think we've learned from Willis and Wright not to play players if we don't have to. So maybe we're keeping him back a little bit for that, and also to bring him off the bench if we need to as an impact player. I mean, I think we were all pleased for the lad because he made such a difference, didn't he, on Wednesday night? Great debut.
Yeah,
and generally, if players have a good debut for us, they tend to go on and do well after. So maybe we'll see him at some
I'm trying
point.
to think. I'm trying my best to think of a player who did the opposite. No, you've said that.
Jan Kirchhoff. There you go.
I was just thinking the same thing, Michael, as well. I was just thinking Jan Kirchhoff.
Yeah, he's a great example.
Terrible debut, and then turned out to be really good for 6 months. And
I'll also throw in Paul McShane. Paul McShane had a great debut and turned awful after that. So,
Dino, you quite like Paul McShane, don't you?
You know what? I know people give him a lot of stick, but I thought he was okay. I mean, he played in a back four or whatever, and he was stayed up, so he couldn't have done a bad job. I mean, he had his games where he was class, and he had his games where he was woeful, but that was Paul McShane. That's why we loved him, because one day he was world class, and then one day he was the worst defender going, and he was ginger, so you know.
Well, speaking
Dino's
of,
just got a soft spot for gingers, hasn't he?
Yeah,
thanks, Michael. Thanks for pointing that out.
I was always waiting.
You're very welcome, Dino. You're very welcome, mate.
Speaking of very good defenders, we're going to go to Michael Bowers next.
Oh God!
Michael, should Ross Stewart have come in today?
There's an argument for that. I don't know what that noise was in the background. That was weird. There's an argument for that.
Like you don't know what it is, Michael.
There's an argument for him to have come in, but I think I agree with Dino that if he's only played 45 minutes of football for like 2 months, so or it might even been before he signed for us. I don't know if he was injured when he signed for us, but regardless, I think he's definitely a good option to have off the bench. And Ross Stewart, kind of for me, I think in the minute we're just having to try and ease him into the side. We're trying to just make sure that we, not as much as White, but wrap him in a bit in cotton wool, because we're going to need options. Really, the last thing we need is more injuries when we when we're going to have a big stretch to the end of the season. After today, we've got a week off. Then you got Bristol Rovers, but then after that, it's basically a game every 4 or 5 days until the end of the season. So it's going to be. I think we'll have to manage him properly. So I think I'm not surprised he didn't start. I would have probably liked to have seen him come in, but I'm not surprised he's been rested.
Yeah, just very quickly to everyone in the live chat, if you want to get your predictions in, we'll read some of that before kick-off. We're going to go through ours in just a moment. On the live chat at the moment, Frank Chama 3 says 2-0. Thane SAFC says Brid cut the sideways and backwards specialist. Bradley Young 3-1 Sunderland. Hello to Damien Jenkinson watching from Huddersfield, thinks there's going to be 4-0 again as it was down at the Sinsel Bank last time. I think Winchester might get a goal today. Hello to John Myers, Steve M73. Oh, me live chats and the thing when you read one out and it jumps and it shows you everything else. But Keith Lupton, hello to you as well. Joe Kirkbride over here is Colin Major, Steve McIntosh, Odin Valhalla 95 says 1-1. Hello to Marianne Carlo as well, tuning in from the States as always. Casey Cameron Jude, Bradley Young is saying it could have started Jack Diamond. Lads, I was just going to try and get a little bit of look at Lincoln's form, and since we beat them on penalties back on the 17th of February. They've suffered defeats such as a 4-3 loss away to Plymouth Argyle, a 2-1 loss at home at Fleetwood, a 1-1 draw away to Ipswich, a 2-1 loss to Rochdale, and most recently a 3-0 loss at home to Gillingham. Gary, is there a better time to play them, really?
Probably not. Having said that, over the years, Sunderland have kind of tainted my view, so I always sort of think, what's the worst scenario? I'll just spin that on its head a bit, Jack, and say, if they're going to kind of up their game and get back into the promotion race, today's the day for them, really, isn't it? We tonked them down at Sinsel Bank. We outplayed them, I thought, second half in the EFL Trophy, beat them on penalties. We're sort of like talking about putting a gap between us and them if we take 3 points. Whereas this is their chance to jump back above us, isn't it? So this is their chance to sort of like save the season, maybe in some regards. So they'll be up for it. Just worth bearing in mind that a lot of teams do turn up at the stadium and improve their games. So yes, a great time to play them, particularly if we get an early goal. But the longer it goes 0-0, the longer they keep it tight, the more we might get frustrated. That's probably my worry.
Yeah. Dino, you all right? You're just checking over your shoulder there. I don't suppose.
Yeah, I just realised.
A handful of cream.
No. I just realised my PlayStations went off, so I just had a quick look to see what happened, but it's just in rest mode. That's all.
All right, okay. I thought you came in with a big hand of cream once again to slap it over your face.
He's got none, mate. I've took it all off him.
Yes. Well, I've heard Philly is.
Should we get a GoFundMe page and get what was it, Dino's father, like a lifetime supply of cream?
No, we need a GoFundMe page for you to get a better phone. That's what we need to do.
Fair play.
Or better internet. Michael, of course, the man with the dodgy internet. The man with the dodgy internet, Michael, you tend to know all the stats on the opposition, all the lowdown. Is there a better type of player linked today? How confident are you?
On paper, no, but how many times before? I mean, to be fair, recently we've been a lot better at it, but how many times have Sunderland played a side that's out of form? Oh, lads, you go and take the 3 points. It's completely fine. I mean, obviously, if you look on the comment there, Ipswich missing George Grant. Apparently, he's one of their most influential players. Sunderland have got to turn up the win today. If we underestimate them, we won't win. If we turn up and play our game, which we're capable of doing, then we should be able to win. Gary said, it's kind of a last chance saloon for them. But again, Sunderland should view it as this is a massive opportunity to potentially put them out of the top 2 race. Obviously, it depends on what the score is going to be. But, well, I'll tell you what, I'll put another stat up for you. And I was looking to see when was the last Sunderland have a chance to put it this way. Sunderland have a chance to win 5 consecutive home league matches, which they haven't done since the start of 2005.
Wow.
Which I was trying to look back to see. I'm pretty certain that I saw the Sky Bet League One Twitter page said since August 2007. So I looked it up, and no, that's wrong because that was in the Premier League. And when have we ever won 5 league games at home in the Premier League? We've never, as in a row. We've never done that. So this is the chance to do it. And I think, like I said, it's just a massive game. It's these sort of games that if we want to get into the top 2, we'll have to turn up in. And I think, like you guys have said, on paper, no. Now is the time to play Lincoln. It's just up to us whether we take advantage of their poor form and their injuries or not.
Yeah. Dino, are you all right? I see you going to me. How confident are you going into the game today? I mean, they're missing. I think Liam Bridcut's not fully fit, but he is played today, but apparently he's not fully fit. He's only played 60 minutes since coming back from his injury. George Grant is starting. Apparently Tom Hopper isn't fully fit as well. Dino, how confident are you going today? Is this the right time to play Lincoln?
No, because we're the kind of football team where we play a team who've been beat 5 in a row. What?
We may as well be off then if it's not the right type of player.
No. Put it this way, right? We've played teams with the worst away records and they come to our place and we get beat. We're the kind... Hello?
Hello? Oh,
Hello?
He's living in Michael Bauer's house. His internet's gone dodgy. It's been happening a bit with Dino recently.
And he says for me to get a better phone, yeah, my internet's working better than his. Touch wood.
Oh, burn, Michael. Anyway, whilst Dino was frozen out, there you go. He seems to have come back. Right, Dino.
He's back.
Right, sorry about that, lads. Right, can you hear us now?
Yeah, no, we can't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's doing that deliberately.
He's frozen. Is he digging that on purpose? Trying to see if his eyes are moving to see if he's just got us filled off the TV.
I'll tell you what, that's a hell of an act if he's doing that on purpose, like.
Yeah, he's still well. I'm just waiting for it. Right, he seems to be coming back.
Right, am I back now?
You are.
Yeah, you might be back for about 10 seconds, but you're back at the moment, yes.
Right, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Last, Michael.
Right. Right. What I was saying, Sunderland are the kind of team where we play someone who's been beat 5 in a row and they come to us and they end up nicking a 1-0. We're the kind of team where they've got the worst goal scoring record and the worst defensive record, but they still somehow managed to beat us. I mean, so no, some why teams just turn up against us.
And that was it.
Maybe it's because we're the biggest club in the league, or because we're Sunderland and we've got the...
No, it's all right, Dino. You're all right.
I'm getting sick of this already. Am I back now?
Yeah, no, you're fine, mate. You just went slow.
Hello? But where did I get up to?
Right, anyway.
I can't remember.
I put it this way: Sunderland always seem to let us down when we play the worst teams and teams out of form because everyone turns up against us. So, but we should be used to this now. It's happened for 3 years now. It's happened 3 years. We should be used to this by now, where teams just turn up against us. So there's no excuses really.
Yeah. Anyway, just 5 minutes to kick off. Of course, Gary will be joining us again at half time. But a massive thank you for coming on, Gary. But before you go, we just want a quick prediction from you.
My predictions are always, like I say, worst case scenario. So I'm going to go 1-1 today.
Oh, you'll have a friend in Dino then if you're doing.
Whoa! Michael
To be fair,
Bowers
it was me
said
who
1-1.
predicted us. If that was me who predicted us to draw, Dino went for 1-0 us, I think.
Yeah, correct. Bowers, I did.
Philly actually predicted us to lose in the final, but anyway, Gary, if you get some disco lights in your room and start like unmaking your bed before you go and swim, then you might have a bit more of a liking to Dino, and maybe you could replace him one day. But thanks for coming on, Gary. We'll see you again at half time.
No problem, lads. See you in a bit.
See you later, Gary.
Right,
F2.
lads.
Take care, mate.
He's F2'd himself. Right. I haven't gave my prediction yet, but before I do, I'm just going to quickly jump back onto the live chat. Stephen McIntosh says, all right, first time here. Go easy on me. I'm not sure if I read out one of your comments, but thank you for joining us, of course. I hope you enjoy your first stream with us. John Bradley says, Stan Varga. In case of common duties, come on, Ipswich, please. Equalize. I believe the score, Portsmouth and Ipswich just finished 2-1 at Portsmouth, so clearly...
To be fair, isn't that a better result for us, considering that Portsmouth have got less points than Ipswich going into the game?
Michael, I've got absolutely no idea, but it's a good start for Danny Cowley for Portsmouth at the very least. You normally know these things.
Put it this, and Jack, can I also just point out, Jack, when you're reading comments, make sure you're careful to look at the name that you're about to read out.
Thank you, Michael.
Just a nice reference to Wednesday between.
Just read it out, man. Just read it out.
Is this for our own entertainment, Dino?
Of course it is.
Okay, right. Jack, embarrass yourself on camera. Sorted.
Yes, Michael, it made for good entertainment. Marion Collar says Stanislav Varga, great debut. Obviously, agreeing with John Bradley there. Odin Valhalla 95 says 1-1. My live chat's just done the thing as per where Jubs come. There we go. Smarty says 2-0. Taffy Macklin 1 big push now. Strongest team for the next 12 games. Simple. Mandy Gray 2-0 Sunderland win. Skelly Imp 19 must be a Lincoln fan says Lincoln 2-0 win. John Bradley, it'll be a tough game today, guys. Absolutely. Adam French 3-0. Skelly Imp 19 says the missing George Grant. James Alters, hi fellas, love the content. Thank you for tuning in, James. Francisco Gonzalez says, hi from Chile. Hello to you. Taffy Mackham says, he's asking what the injuries are like. They're really, really bad for them. John Bradley, obviously referencing Portsmouth's result there. Adam French says, time to put a coin in Michael's internet.
I think it's my internet today.
I think to be fair, today it's Dino's so far. Mine cocks up later on. Not quite
Dino's
yet.
dodgy. Now, what you wanting in, Dino?
Yeah, someone just said in the live chat that Lincoln have got loads of injury worries. So have we. It's not an excuse. Yeah. I mean, we've got a makeshift back four for God's sake, and we have done for most of the season. So it's not an excuse at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's definitely not an excuse. But I think at the same time, because of what's happening with Lincoln, while I agree with Dino that this is the sort of game, this is why I'm nervous, because even if I've seen a few Lincoln fans said, "Oh, Sunderland will win," and I'm like, no. It's never as straightforward as that. We never make it as straightforward as that. But with what's going on at Lincoln, Sunderland have got no excuses not to take advantage.
Yeah, I think Lincoln had quite a thin squad anyway this season. I mean, there was a lot of times where they didn't even name a full bench.
I will point out, lads, on my stream, the lads are coming out, by the way.
Yeah, same here, mate. Hello to Justin Rico, tuning in from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Adam French is, oh no, Dino is going. He better not be, because he's a fantastic commentator. Mike Whittle says, anyone know of a link to stream the match? We just buy it on sfc.com. Anyone can buy it on there. Daniel Jenks is trying to put some coins in the meters for Michael and Dino, but Michael's internet hasn't been too bad today. Leighton Jordan, he's laughing at Dino. Francisco Gonzalez says, please stream the match. Unfortunately, we can't stream the match. It would be illegal, but if you want to buy the stream on safc.com, that's all we can recommend. Very quickly as well, how many we've got watching us live? 159 people watching live. If you haven't already, 45 likes. Please press that thumbs up icon. If you've got the live chat up, you'll have to quickly close that on some devices. I'm not sure which ones.
One last thing, Jack, by the way. What's your prediction? You never said.
My prediction? Well, I actually said it in my preview, and I'm trying to remember what I said now. I think I said 2-0, so I'll stick to that. But yeah, anyway, 2-0 the lads today. Well done for reminding me, Michael, of course. But yes, if you haven't already, please do like the stream. See if we can get a 300 again, as we did on the last game. John Walker says Sunderland 3-0. John Walker, 3-1, he said. Skelly Imp says, good listen, this lads. Enjoyed. Thank you, mate. John Bradley is referencing Rufus Bajas, I'm sure who's Rufus Bajas is my dad used to have Hillman Imp. I know the Imps are Lincoln City, but I've got no idea what that means. Maybe it's Cockney rhyming slang or something. Anyone know?
Couldn't
Good,
tell
I
you.
guess as good as mine, mate. Good as mine.
Yes. Jack Ludlow says 3-1 Sunderland. And the Nottingham Forest fans says 5-0 Lincoln. Tyler Metcalf 3-1 the lads. Danny Wills 3-1 Sunderland. Is it to play at TTV? 2-0 Sunderland today. If anyone else wants to quickly get their prediction in very quickly, we will go to you. But we're going to hand over to Dino Elgar now, who's going to be kicking off with the commentary.
Well, it looks like a nice day today at the stadium. It looks very sunny. We're kicking from left to right. Lincoln from right to left, and Lebeta is going to kick the ball off. Oh, I don't know why, guys. I'm really nervous today.
He's just sent us a message.
I'm nervous for every single game for the rest of the season now.
And Marion Carlos put in the live chat saying that Hillman Imp was a car. So there you go, everyone. I had no idea. That's my youthfulness.
To be fair. Right, they've just took the knee now. Lebeda kicks off, and then however Sunderland, right, Luke O'Neill now goes long down the left side of the pitch looking for Charlie White. He doesn't win the header. Power picks it up, nods it down to the right side. It's cleared away. We've won the ball back with Lennon Gooch on the right side to Power. Power inside Lebeda back to Power, who heads it back, knocks it back to Dion Sanson, who plays it all the way back to Lee Burge. Lee Burge now gives it to Dion Sanderson, just outside the box. Goes all the way to the left to Luke O'Neill. Luke O'Neill goes to the left to Callum McFadzean. He's under pressure. He knocks it back to Luke O'Neill. Luke O'Neill's under pressure as well. But Luke O'Neill somehow still comes out with the ball, and he switches the play. Gooch will bring it down on his chest and knocks it out to Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin comes inside, heads towards the halfway line. He plays the ball forward. He's a lovely through ball there for Gooch. Gooch on the right side of the pitch. He's on the touchline. He's stood up by their defender. He whips the ball in. It's cleared by Lincoln City, only as far as Dion Sanderson over the halfway line. Gives it inside to Lebeta. Plays it back to Luke O'Neill just in his own half. Luke O'Neill spreads it to the left to McFadzean. But McFadzean miscontrols it, and it's a throw into Lincoln City. It was a good through ball, that. Would you say Gooch should have done better with a cross? Anyone, Michael?
Quite possibly, but it's. I think it just depends on White's movement. I think if Gooch's delivery and decision making's always been his questioning point for me, but it's early in the game.
It is. And the referees pulled play up. I think it might be a handball throw called Winchester, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a free kick just on the halfway line for Lincoln City, who are playing in the green kits today.
Yes. Very nice.
Right. So, you know what? It's really hard to tell who's actually on the ball. I think this is Regan Poole. Skips past one player, heads towards the box, plays it inside to McGradles. McGradles has a shot from 20 yards, deflected. It's up in the air, it's in Sunderland's box. But cleared away by, I think that is McFadzean. He hits it, but it's deflected off a Lincoln player for a goal kick to Sunderland. To the comments here, Jack.
Yes, NFFC Fan TV is just disliked. Well, you haven't got any dislikes, but thank you for tuning in anyway. Give us another view. Philip Braun, hello to you, tuning in from Florida. CP7 as well, tuning in, as well as, I had one there. Matthew Storen, hello from Korea.
Right, Luke O'Neill clears the ball down the pitch, only as far as Lincoln, but he's given it away. It's through. That's got to be a free kick in it. Somehow he hasn't even given a free kick. I don't understand. Carl Winchester was going to run through, and their defender just grabbed a hold of him, and the referee gave nothing. That's terrible by the referee. But with Sunderland now, with Gooch down the right side, plays it inside, but it's too far for Winchester, and Lincoln clear the ball through into Sunderland. To be fair, I think we're doing all right at the minute. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I think Lincoln have got a good press. Just early thoughts. I think Lincoln are pressing us quite well, but I mean, come with it relatively well, but I don't think the game's been going on long enough for anything major to happen, really.
Yeah, but we're attacking though. That's the thing. The referee's coming over. Actually, what's going on here? The referee's come over to the touchline.
With Johnson, he loves shouting at the fourth official, doesn't he? It's like his hobby.
Yeah, he is. He's actually having a word with Lee Johnson. But, well, did you see that should have been a free kick, wasn't it? Charlie White heads the ball past their centre defender, and their player's got a hold of Winchester by the shirt, and he doesn't give anything. Unbelievable.
It's just the state of referees in this league.
But wasn't it a free kick though, Michael? I'm not being biased here. That was a free kick.
No, that's what I mean. I'm saying it's a state of referees in this league. I agree with you. Looking at the replay back, I did think it was a free kick, but it doesn't surprise me with how refs are in this league that we didn't get it.
Anyway, it's a Sunderland, throwing it to Sunderland on the left side. He throws it down to Dion Sanderson. Well, actually, it's our right side. What am I talking about? It's out with a Lincoln player. Lincoln has it. It's out with Bramall. Bramall goes down the line, but Luke O'Nien will head it safely to Max Power, who brings it on his chest and overhead kicks it forward. Charlie White does not win the header, and it's out with Bramall. Bramall heads the ball forward into Eden. Eden turns on the ball, but he's fouled by Carl Winchester. It's really hard to tell what players are who for a.
I know
Lincoln.
that makes all your hours of revision with your flashcards with all the players learning the opposition names pointless, doesn't it, Dino?
It does, mate. Anyway, Lincoln go long down the left side of the pitch, but it's intercepted by Conor McLaughlin, who heads it forward. Charlie White wins the second header down to Gooch on the right touchline. Gooch goes down the wing, trying to get past Bramall, and Bramall will get the ball, plays it back his centre defender, and he plays the ball forward. Conor McLaughlin wins the header, but it's cleared again by Lincoln. Dion Sanderson is underneath this with Morton. They're battling with each other, but Dion Sanderson comes out with it, and he wins a free kick for his trouble, and he plays it quickly to Luke O'Nien inside to Ledbetter. Ledbetter goes forward. Charlie White would bring it down on his chest and flicks it over Max Power. It's a free kick to Sunderland. God, this is like 100 mile an hour. Oh, Max Power just shoved somebody in the face there when he tried to take the free kick. Number 27, Rogers.
He must have just turned the tunes off.
Love it.
Go on, Bowers, lad.
I know, that was a very enthusiastic laugh. Thank you, Michael.
Max Power went to take the free kick quickly, and Rogers just stood in his way, and Max Power just shoved him in the face. That could easily be a yellow card to Max Power. Lost his rag, but it's a free kick to Sunderland just over the halfway line. Ledbetter will take it. Ledbetter, he was going to give it short there to Luke O'Nien, but he decided to change his mind. It looks like he's going to pump this long into the box. Ledbetter launches it towards the back post, but it's straight into the hands of Palmer, the goalkeeper. Palmer will slow the play down. He rolls it out to, I believe that is Jackson. Jackson out to Bramall. Bramall will run, but Gooch is on his tail. He's sprinting down the line. He gives it inside. It's a 1-2. Bramall's down the left side of the box. Whips it in. Dion Sanderson's there, and it's out for a corner on the left side of the pitch. To the comments, Jack?
Yes, Denham 13 says, I like Derby. Oh, well then. John Bradley says, Gooch needs a good game. Yes, he scored the Wembley winner, but he's not done much else since. Hello to Chris Smith, as always, tuning in from Canada. Says it's a mild morning over there. It's a lovely afternoon here in the northeast. Daniel Bromley says, tuning in from British Columbia. How are you? Colin McDougall says he's watching from Washington. Josh Bell says, would have liked to see the two-man striker system from the start. Back to you, Dino.
Yeah, Johnson will take the corner here. Johnson puts his hands up and he whips the ball in front post, and it's cleared by Sunderland. Only his foot. Well, he tried to keep the ball in, Johnson, but he didn't. But it's a throw into Lincoln regardless. Is he going to take it quickly? No. He gives it to, I believe that is Bramall. It's a throw in just on the 18-yard line on the touchline, if that makes any sense. Bramall throws it backwards to Liam Bridcut, the ex-Sunderland player, who gives it to Monsma, who gives it to Jackson, who gives it back to Monsma just on the halfway line. Monsma goes long on the right side of the pitch looking for Eden, who is offside, and that could have been Poole. I think that might have been Poole. I can't really tell, but it's a free kick to Sunderland. Comments, Jack?
Yes, King Maguire wants his 1-0 Gillingham against Doncaster. Our friend ICW, hello to you. I'm not going to read your name out. Lucifer Romero Torres says, hey there, a Sunderland fan living in the Netherlands.
Nice. Anyway, it's a free kick to Sunderland for an offside. Lee Birch will take. Lee Birch goes long down the left side of the pitch. It's won there by Regan Poole, only as far as McGeady. McGeady gets the ball taken off him, but he's won the ball back. He plays it backwards to McFadden, who goes inside to Power, who lays it back to Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien goes across the pitch to Dion Sanderson, who plays it out to Conor McLaughlin, but it's a poor pass. And it's a throw into Lincoln on their left side of the pitch, our right side. It'll be taken by Bramall. Camera's on Lee Johnson. Don't know why, because he's not doing anything. So back to the play. Bramall goes long down the left side looking for Morton. Conor McLaughlin takes the ball off Morton and cuts past two players. Now it's down the wing with Gooch. Gooch now on the wing. Gooch down the right side, goes on the outside, whips the ball at the back post, but it's cleared away. Has a shot by Max Power on the edge of the box, but it's wide of the right post. Is that what you went at for, Jack? I seen you go like that, but I thought it was for the cross.
Yeah, it was that one. I'm slightly ahead of you, like Dana, but if I get the goal, I will celebrate in silence.
Yeah, no problem. Monsbach cleared the ball to about 20 yards. Max Power brought it down on his chest and had a shot, but it was right at the right post. But Sunderland pressure, and they've lost the ball. Lincoln were down the left side here with Winchester, who gives it to McFadden, back to Winchester. Winchester plays it to Ledbetter on the centre of the pitch. Ledbetter lines up a shot. He has a shot, and it's a good save by the keeper. Tips it down the left side of the post. Good shot there by Ledbetter. Michael, what's your thoughts on there? Good pressing.
I think we definitely are starting to get on the front foot a bit more. I think we've been a bit sloppy with some of our passing, but again, that might be early in the game. I don't know, just based looking at the stream, but it looks like quite windy conditions. So, but yeah, just keep it up. If you can get yourself in front, that would be pretty crucial because it might knock their confidence.
Well, the referee is running over to see if McGeady has the ball inside the line, and the referee decides he hasn't and moves the ball, and McGeady is not happy about that. So McGeady will move it exactly back to where he put it. So the referee's just made a pointless thing there because McGeady just moved it back anyway.
Whoa, sorry,
McGeady, I hate referees. I do.
We hate you too.
Now the referees went into the middle to have a look to see who's having a fight, and it looks like it was Eden and Winchester. This referee tried to stamp his authority, but he just can't take him seriously, can you? Anyway, McGeady, hands up, whips it into the middle, cleared by Lincoln. Only as far as Lennon Gooch on the edge of the box. Lennon Gooch. He's pushed out to the right side of the pitch by, I believe that's Rogers. He lays it off to, I don't know who that is, but he gives it to Ledbetter. Ledbetter goes long down the right side of the box, but intercepted by Lincoln, who come out with it. I think this is McGradles. McGradles goes long to the right side of the pitch. Luke O'Neill wins the header. Callum McFadden gets the second ball, but gives it to a Lincoln player, but the referee has given a free kick to Sunderland. Jack, to the chat, mate.
Yes, hello to Tony Lee for these, mate. Asks, have I been for a run today? I haven't actually. Got a little bit of a knock in the ankle, so I haven't been today. Hello to Justin Rico and Luke Darby. Luke Darby says, good to see the passion from Power.
To be fair, I think Power's been a different player since Johnson's came in. He's been really good. Anyway, we're coming down the left side with McGeady. He tries to go past Poole. He cuts back in on himself. He tries to go on the outside. Poole's on his tail. McGeady will not win a throw-in, and it's a throw-in to Lincoln on our left side of the pitch. But McGeady is going ballistic because he believes it came off Regan Poole. But the referee's not having any of it. Anyway, Poole with the ball. I would go at the chat, but you know what? It's like they just quickly chuck it in, don't they? And look at you with your Coca-Cola. Yeah,
exactly. Hey, lads, 12 minutes in, we haven't heard head tennis yet.
Good point. Anyway, Regan Poole goes long down their right side of the pitch. Luke O'Neill wins the header. Brought down by Eden, who gives it to Poole, who goes long. And the referee gives a free kick because there was a foul on Morton, which I believe was by Luke O'Neill. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, DSFC says Gillingham 2-0 Doncaster. Hello to Jack Ludlow as well. Are you going to give us your prediction for when the first goal goes in? He says, remember, lads, if there's a goal, don't spoil it. Yeah, of course. And Distorial Poop, yes, says, Power has become better since his haircut.
Anyway, it's 30 minutes gone here, and it's with Palmer, the keeper. Palmer goes long down the field looking for Morton. Morton, free header, knocks it to his partner. Morton comes back with the ball, but Power gets a tackle and heads it back to Lee Burge comfortably. Lee Burge has the ball now. Good to see Max Power doing his defensive duties there. You know, he's wearing the captain's arm back. Lee Burge gives it out to the left to McFadden. He's on the touchline. Plays it back to Luke O'Neill just outside his own area. It goes across to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson goes to Power in the middle of the pitch, who knocks it back to Luke O'Neill. Luke O'Neill under pressure by Eden, but he goes to Callum McFadden, who's under pressure by Poole. He goes all the way back to Lee Burge. Lee Burge goes long, but it's a really bad kick, but it falls to Winchester. Winchester knocks it to the right side to Conor McLaughlin, who goes down the touchline looking for Lyndon Gooch. But it falls to Carl Winchester, who gives a really bad pass, and it's cleared by Lincoln, only as far as Conor McLaughlin on the halfway line. He's under a bit of pressure now. Plays it back to Dion Sanderson, who plays it in the middle to Luke O'Nien, who goes to the halfway line to Ledbetter. Ledbetter plays it out to the left. Callum McFadden now with loads of space in front of him, and he goes into that space and gives it to McGeady on the edge of the box on the left side. McGeady tries to go past Poole. Poole sticks to him. He goes for the cross. Poole deflected it, and it's a corner to Sunderland. Anyway, Michael, what's your thoughts on the game so far? 40 minutes in.
Again, starting to get a bit more on the upward foothold into the game. But like I said earlier, I think if we can go 1-0 up, it could affect Lincoln, and you might want to go back and play.
Right, no problem. It's another corner now. It's 14.5 minutes gone. McGeady over the corner. McGeady whips it in. Header by Power, but straight at the keeper. But I think the referees give a free kick anyway. And he has, I don't know what for, but the referees give a free kick. Nearly 50 minutes gone. Who's going to take over?
So I'll go actually. Sorry?
I was saying I normally do the middle 15.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's fair enough. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, I'll just read out a couple of comments and you know what I'm up to. So hello to CP7 from Australia. And Anthony says we win today, we go up. But over to Dino for the live chat now. And on to myself for the commentary. As Conor McLaughlin has a throw-in out on the right-hand side. He throws it towards Max Power. Back to Conor McLaughlin. Right-footed ball up the field. Goes to roughly the halfway line where Carl Winchester loses out in the header, but Grant Lebanon takes it down. Finds Conor McLaughlin here at right back today. Judges the press well and knocks it back to Lee Burge, who does a little chop there to send their play the wrong way and plays a left-footed ball out to the left-hand side, but unfortunately goes over the head of Callum McFadden. Not much McFadden could have done about that. And Lincoln, I was going to say Plymouth there because of the green kit, but Lincoln City have a throw-in out on the right-hand side, which I'm sure they'll take relatively quickly. I believe that's Regan Poole, right back, is it, Dino?
Yeah, it is Regan Poole, mate, yeah.
Yeah, he stood over the throw-in at the moment, goes inside to his, I was going to say to his teammate, comes back to him. Up the line now, tackled by 09. McFadden gets a foot in, the ball finds Ledbetter. Ledbetter plays it forward to Charlie White, who's getting pushed in the back, but he manages to find Max Power just inside our own half. Pass up to Lyndon Gooch out on the right-hand side. Gooch coming into the centre circle now. Over to Aidan McGeady. McGeady back to Grant Ledbetter, back in the centre circle, middle of the pitch. Over to Max Power, who's just a touch over to the right of him. He's got Conor McLaughlin up the line. He's got players to aim for in the box. He dinks the ball towards Carl Winchester, who chests it down in the box. He's got Conor McLaughlin out the touchline, who he finds right-footed cross. Charlie White missed the header, but it's cleared away by Regan Poole. Now Lincoln look to build an attack. Header into the path of their striker. I've got no idea who he is, but here come Lincoln City down the right-hand side. Bit of pressure from McFadden. Good little press there, but the ball goes all the way back to Palmer in goal. Over to Regan Poole at right back. Poole, right-footed ball over towards the left-hand side there, number 15, who takes it down over in the left-back area. Driving forward now, it's Bramall out on the left-hand side. Left-footed cross in, misses everyone, but McFadden, who heads it out for a Sunderland goal kick. To the comments, Dino.
Yeah, Alonso Lupo. Hi everyone. Do you have any links to watch a match? I'm from Argentina and I fall in love with Sun. And unfortunately, the only way you can buy it is off the Sun website. That's the way we do it. Accordingly, 1-1 versus Brentford was a great result. I don't know who that he's talking about. I don't know. I don't want to see his name because it might be one of. Is it SAFC Gills 2-0 to Doncaster? I don't know if I'm up. Whereabouts? I could be reading all these out because you never actually tell us whereabouts we were. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, corner came in, a few headers about, but Luke O'Nien was able to get it clear. The ball now finds itself with Bramall on the halfway line, who heads it forward. It doesn't really find anyone, but Lincoln City are there first to it. Ball swung up the line, but it's only out for is Sunderland throwing out on the left-hand side, which I'm sure Callum McFadden will take in good time. Dino, back to the chat.
Ivor Davies, watching from Australia. Well, thank you for tuning in. And Rivers, we win today. We are up. I believe that as well. If we beat Lincoln, I think that's top 2-0 on for me. Acacia Cameron Jude, Plymouth 1, Bristol Rovers 0.
Yeah, throw mistaken. McFadden played a 1-2 with Luke O'Nien, then put the ball up the field. White missed the header. The one comes straight back at us. Lincoln down the right-hand side. It finds Regan Poole. Right-footed ball forward is only blocked by Callum McFadden. It's out for yet another Lincoln City throw-in out on their right-hand side, our left. Just on the halfway line now, Regan Poole. 1-2, Max Power appealing to the referee, maybe for a foul throw as Lyndon Gooch presses their centre half. The ball finds Bramall out on the left-hand side. Header forward, finds a Dunn. Dunn couldn't quite take it down, but he manages to find Bramall in the end now inside to their number 27, who's running at Dion Sanderson, and the shot goes absolutely nowhere near the goal. Out for a Sunderland goal kick. Michael, what do you make of the first 19 minutes?
It's slightly, well, again, like I said, I think it's been a bit scrappy. I think, again, with our passing, I think it's been a bit wayward on occasion. But again, it might be windy conditions, so it might be might be playing into a factor. But again, I think we're just trying to settle ourselves into the game. I think Lincoln are just trying to stop us playing, which is fair enough. That's what you expect them to do. We've just got to find a way to combat that and hopefully get the better of them.
Yep, Lee Burge takes the goal kick with his left foot, smashes it forward. Wyke manages to win the flick on it, comes down to Winchester. Winchester finds Lynn and Gooch about 20 yards out. Gooch works on his right foot. Shot blocked off Bramall. Hits back off Gooch. Goes over to the right-hand side. Gooch knocks it back to Conor McLaughlin. Over to Max Power now, the captain, into Grant Ledbetter. Ledbetter turns his man, makes him trip. Nods it forward into Aidan McGeady. He's got McFadden on the left-hand side. He finds McFadden. McFadden coming into the box. Shot drilled across. Keeper saved it, hit off. Must have hit off a Plymouth player actually, because it went out for a corner. I thought it was
Plymouth.
A goal kick.
Plymouth player, you've done it again.
Lincoln. If I say Plymouth, I mean Lincoln. Okay. Anyway, Michael, what do you think of that little move there? We've got the ball moving quite well.
Best move I think we've made so far. Really good precision, really good timing of the runs. More of that to come, please.
Yeah, we all know you're very knowledgeable when it comes to the runs. As Aidan McGeady stands over this free kick out on the right-hand side, right arm up, right foot, swings it into the box, headed away. Only as far as Conor McLaughlin, who can't quite take it down as Bramall gets there first, knocks the ball up the line. But the only player to retrieve the ball is that Conor McFadden? Yes, it is, out on the right-hand side at the moment. Finds Dion Sanderson as McFadden begins his jog over towards the left-hand side. Not much pressure here. Sanderson playing a 1-2 Max Power, getting it back over to Luke O'Nien at left centre-back, back to his centre-back partner, Dion Sanderson. They formed a formidable partnership in recent weeks as Sanderson finds Ledbetter back to O'Nien. The ball, well, the sun is causing things a bit difficult, but Luke O'Nien is giving the ball away, and Lincoln City could be in here, the inside our box. But Lee Burge makes a good save. The ball was out on Lincoln City's kind of right-hand side, running at us after a mistake by Luke O'Nien, and they got at us, but a good save from Lee Burge, who smothered the ball, and now finds Max Power, right-footed ball up the field, looking for the runner Charlie Wyke on the right-hand side, but couldn't quite find him. Back to the comments, Dino.
Yeah, David Spencer said, any score yet? And Acacia Cameron Jude said, no, there's not, unfortunately. Amph River says, good commentary, Gino, is like a young John Motson. I thank you for that, but there's only one young John Motson, and that's young Jacob. DJ Sizzler Watson, afternoons, boys, 3-0, gong, gong, gong.
He likes these foreign language references, DJ Sizzler Watson. As the throw-in's taken up the line, number 19 for Lincoln heads it back, and Edun picks the ball up. Finds Regan Poole out at right back now, who tries to get the ball moving forward for the Imps. Back to their centre-half. Now the ball now goes over towards the left-hand side for Lincoln, just on the edge of their own box. Gooch is pressing their number 5 a little bit, who plays a forward pass over towards their right-hand side, but Conor McFadden is able to win the header there. He's had an okay game, actually, so far, McFadden, hasn't he, Dino?
Yeah, I think he's been all right. He's doing his job. I just think, like you say, he was never brought in to be a first choice left back, and yeah, he's had his bad performances, but he's upped his game the last couple.
Yeah, definitely. As Regan Poole, Lincoln City's number 2 in that wonderful green kit, takes the throw in, goes in field now, trying to build an attack now. Lincoln goes back to Edun in the middle of the park. Edun left-footed pass forward, misplaced touch. Conor McLaughlin wins the tackle, and Lincoln have the ball on the halfway line, just coming forward now. Their number 27, which is a strong tackle by Lyndon Gooch. The referee deems it to be too strong and has given it a free kick to Lincoln City just inside our own half. Back to the comments, Mr. Algar.
Steve Ryle, hi lads.
They took the free kick quickly, but nothing came of it. Lee Burge has caught the ball, who looks as if he's going to... We'll come to you in just a moment here. Just took that free kick rather quickly as Burge bounces the ball a few times. Is he trying to slow the game down or just assess his options? Drops the ball, left-footed, hit up the field, looking for Charlie Wyke, who does win the header, but it only goes out for a Lincoln City throw into the comments, Dino.
Steve Royal, hi lads. Solihull Moors season ticket holder, but Sunderland fan over 50 years. Well, nice to have you on.
Yes.
And for us, Terry passed out in the pull of his own, and he's only immortal again. Billy Appleby. Is 09 playing? He is, mate. He is. He's playing at centre back. Back to you, Jack.
Yeah, as long as he take this through in, but McGeady picks the ball up and now finds McFadden. McGeady has the ball again, and it now finds Dion Sanderson over to Connor McLaughlin now on the right-hand side. Infield now to Grant Lebbett, and now it finds Lyndon Gooch just on the halfway line. Gooch trying to work a bit of space, which he manages to do in the centre circle. Now he finds Aidan McGeady over to Callum McFadden on the left-hand side. Forward pass, McFadden up against his man, knocks it back to Lyndon Gooch, who's found himself out on the left-hand side here. Gooch back to Grant Lebbett. Lebbett forward pass into Aidan McGeady, I think that is. Pushing the back in Aidan McGeady, but the referee doesn't give anything there. I thought he would have deemed that a foul, but Grant Lebbett knocks it back to Luke O'Nien. O'Nien forward pass into Aidan McGeady now, who picks the ball up on the turn. McGeady finds Max Power out on the right-hand side. Power dinks it forward, looking for the head of Charlie White in the box, but he couldn't quite find him, and Regan Poole clears it for a Sunderland corner. Dino, back to the comments.
Luke Darby, got a feeling about Power today. I don't. He's not really much of a goal scorer. He does get up with the odd goal, but it's not very often he gets in. Steve M73, Winchester is playing further forward. Max Power sitting deep. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, probably. As the corner is about to be taken by Aidan McGeady out on our right-hand side. Oh, just paused my game there for some reason. Getting ready to take this corner now. Sunderland have plenty of options in the box. It only looked like Grant Lebbett is the man who isn't going to be in and around the box trying to win something. Aidan McGeady out on the right-hand side. Number 28, ready to take this corner for Sunderland. Low ball in. That really didn't work. I don't know what the idea was there, looking for Charlie White, but Lincoln City come away with the ball out on the left-hand side now, trying to build an attack, but Lyndon Gooch will intercept the pass that was probably a little bit misplaced by then, number 20 in all fairness. Now the ball finds Max Power on the right-hand side. Forward pass, looking for the run of Charlie White. That's been a common thing today, but unfortunately White can't take the ball down. Now Lincoln City come at us through the middle of the park. Done. Late tackle by Lyndon Gooch, but the referee waves player on as Lincoln City come down the right-hand side now. McFadden's nowhere to be found. Lebbett is having to cover it left back temporarily. The ball goes into a Dunn, tackled by Max Power. McGeady has the ball and he finds Lyndon Gooch on the right-hand side. Can Sunderland build a counter-attack from this? Well, if we want to, we're going to have to attack quicker than this. It goes back to Max Power, slightly more central. Power back to Connor McLaughlin, into Dion Sanderson, just inside our own box now. Back over to Connor McLaughlin at right back. Back to Lee Burge. Heart in my mouth there as McLaughlin passed the ball right in between the two sticks as O'Nien finds McFadden, who tried to play a forward pass to only hit off the Lincoln City right midfielder and out for a Sunderland throw-in right up in our corner flag in a very defensive area. Michael, are Lincoln starting to get a bit more of a foothold in the game?
So well, yeah, I think that they're pressing it a fair bit, but I think it's also been coming from Sunderland's own mistakes. I think obviously the best chance they created so far, obviously, there's still a long way to go yet, but the chance they created when they sprinted down the right side, and Dion Sanderson, it was basically 2 against 1 at one point, came from O'Nien giving the ball away. And I'm not going to slate O'Nien because he's been very, very good at centre half, but just cut out the individual errors because that's probably the better way Lincoln will end up getting any joy.
Yeah, McFadden took a throw in forward there, and O'Nien ended up taking a knockdown. It's out for a Sunderland free kick just outside our own box, really, which Lee Burge looks ready to take. He does, and he finds Dion Sanderson, the man who dropped the deepest looking for the ball. He finds Max Power just up ahead of him, back in centre midfield today. Connor McLaughlin plays a left-footed pass forward, which comes straight back at us, but out for a Sunderland throw-in. There's been, again, a lot of throw-ins today. As McLaughlin takes the throw-in, gives it to Max Power, comes back to Connor McLaughlin, who turns his man, very well done there, and actually wins a free kick in the process, where he takes quickly back to Max Power into Dion Sanderson. Sanderson out on the right-hand side at the moment. Camera's just went off as he plays a 1-2 at Winchester, 0-9. Back to Lee Burge. Lee Burge smashed it forward with his left foot over the halfway line. Took a knock off left back of I forgot his name there, left back. I had it in mind, but anyway, Dino, you probably know.
Is that Bramall?
Yes, it was Bramall. There we go. Conor McLaughlin now right back taking this throw in, knocks it back to Max Power. McLaughlin trying to work its way up the pitch towards the goal, unable to do so really. But we have another throw in. He throws it long into the box, looking for Charlie White, who was taken down in the box, but the referee doesn't give anything away. So I think White was maybe looking for that a little bit. It was Jackson.
No, he's got his hands all over White there, man. He's got his hands all over him.
I'm with Dino. I did think that was a penalty, mind.
I think White is backing into him a little bit as well, mind. But anyway, back on with the action is Lincoln have the ball out on the right-hand side. It comes back to their goalkeeper now, who knocks it forward on the left-hand side, looking for their left-back, but unfortunately couldn't find him. Out for his Sunderland throw-in, out on the right-hand side. Conor McLaughlin to take a few people on the live chat saying that was a penalty. Well, maybe so. All opinions. It would be nice to see it back again as Sunderland have the ball again. Max Power on the right side of the three, it looks in midfield. Back to Dion Sanderson, just inside our own half. Sanderson, right-footed pass forward into Charlie White. Lyndon Gooch's touch was just a little bit heavy. Don't think he was expecting the pass, and Lincoln City have the ball again, knocked forward, looking for the run of their striker, but Dion Sanderson wins the header. Max Power fails to win ours, and Conor McLaughlin wins the ball. It's a bit of head tennis going on at the moment.
Hey!
Knocks it down at Conor McLaughlin, who swings it forward. 29 minutes and 50 seconds, but we got it in there eventually. As Dooch finds Aidan McGeady just inside, back to Max Power. Power drills it forward to Conor McFadzean out on the left-hand side, just inside our own box. McFadzean, his touch just wasn't quite there. And it goes out for a Sunderland corner in the end. But I'm now going to hand over to Mr. Michael Bowers, who's going to give us the last 15 minutes commentary of the first half. Michael, the floor is yours.
That could have been a pen. That could have been a pen.
When I looked at it back, actually, I think that second one, I think McFadzean just happened to fall over him. Maybe you'll disagree with us, but that's for me. Anyway, I'm a little further ahead of you two, so just about to take the corner. Corner from the left side, but it's comfortably headed away by Lincoln. But it's as far as Lyndon Gooch, I think, on the penalty box. It was involved in a bit of a tussle with his man, but he's managed to lose out to it. Lincoln tried to break, but Sunderland have dispossessed him. I think that is Callum McFadzean has passed backwards towards Lyndon. Sorry, not to Lyndon Gooch, goodness me. Lee Burge. Now it's with 09, pass to McGeady, who turns his man, passes it to Leadbitter. So just inside Sunderland's half. Now it's in Sunderland's box as we're passing back to Lee Burge, just taking the safety first option, just waiting for the delayed goal kick from Lee Burge. No Lincoln players pressing him. And there we go. Lee Burge just kicked it up. The problem is the sun makes it. The sun makes it quite difficult to see where the ball's landing because it blinds the camera for about a couple of seconds. But there we go. Anyway, Lincoln's got the ball now. We're in, so just down to their left or right hand side. Ball's going crossed over, and the pass was way over here. So actually, it wasn't even aiming for anybody, and it's out for a goal kick to Sunderland. Anything in the comments?
Yes, Colin McDougall says Anton Deck or the Mags, no-brainer, Anton Deck, then the voice. No idea, but if we're going to start a debate on Anton Deck, go on, give your thoughts on Anton Deck in the live chat. Let's have a little debate. Billy Appleby isn't a big fan of the referee today. Dave Watson says Doncaster 2-2 now. And John Bradley says, come on, Michael, give us a goal.
Yeah, most of the goals we've scored recently tend to happen when the commentaries I've been on have happened when I've been commentating. Look, Lee Burge took the kick forward. Sunderland have the ball on the left-hand side. It's Aidan McGeady about to try and take on his man, but he's been forced backwards. He tried to pass back to the oncoming. I think that was Callum McFadzean. I could be wrong there, but either way, Lincoln have dealt with it, and Lincoln could try to get a break on themselves, passing it between them in their own half, despite press from Sunderland. We're now approaching the halfway line. We're now down Lincoln's right-hand side. They've got six players going forward here. Just waiting to see if they're going to whip the ball in. Hang on, there's a chance inside the box here for Lincoln. They're going to have a shot here, but it's been well blocked. And Lyndon Gooch has passed out to Max Power. McGeady's on his left side. McFadzean was going on the overlap. McGeady tried to turn his man. He's passed it back to Conor McLaughlin, but it was a free kick given to Sunderland, which I think they've taken quickly. The camera gets off Plymouth. I mean Lincoln. Okay, they're just showing the replay of Lincoln's chance down the left.
Michael? Or was that an actual honest mistake?
Oh, I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that, Jack. I'll let you be the judge of that, mate. They're showing the replay of Lincoln's attack, which has gone to nowhere. And now, speaking of Lincoln, they have the ball back in with them again. Lincoln, whoever it was that's gone forward, managed to get the better of Charlie White, who has brought him down, and it is now a free kick to Plymouth. Charlie White's took his League One badge off on his right sleeve, which is quite interesting. Didn't Jordan Jones do something similar? Yeah, Jordan Jones did something similar after he scored at Portsmouth. Sorry, Jack?
It's a very particular detail to pick up on, Mike. Can I just quickly say to the 253 people watching, if you haven't already, please do press the thumbs up icon and give us a like. If you haven't already, you might have to close the live chat if you're watching on a mobile device. We're to get 300 likes for the end of every stream. Hopefully we can do it. We've managed to do it in our last game. Be much, much appreciated. If you haven't already, if you are enjoying the stream, please do give us a like. But back to yourself, Mr. Bowers.
Okay, we've got a free kick probably about 30 yards out. The referee's just waiting for the referee to blow his whistle. Just jogging backwards into one of the Lincoln players. That was quite funny. Right, a free kick from the right-hand side, about 30 yards out of goal. Ball comes into the box, and it's gone out to a goal kick to Sunderland. Dino, what would you say Sunderland need to do to try and get the upper hand in this game?
I'd say it's a hard shout, because at the start we had a hold of the game, but now it just seems like Lincoln have kind of figured it out, and now we're struggling. I mean, maybe a change at half-time, maybe get Ross Stewart up there, because I've realised Charlie White isn't really winning many headers, whereas I think Ross Stewart will give you that. He'll win headers because he's taller and probably more of an athlete than Charlie White. But back to you there, Michael.
Yep. Anyway, ball has been back in play for a few minutes. We're now into Lincoln's half again, and Sunderland have just played their way back to Lincoln, who themselves could get on an attack here from the left-hand side. We're just past the halfway line into Sunderland's half. Lincoln have done some pretty slick passing. They tried to switch the ball down to the right-hand side. McFadzean's missed the ball, but the referee looks like he's given a free kick to Sunderland. I'll tell you what, he's been very peculiar with some of the decisions that he's made today so far, the referee. And I don't usually like to talk about referees, but yeah. Oh, okay, offside. Well, then there you go. That's what it was. So it shows what I know. Luke O'Nien standing. You
can't see the linesman. I could barely see the linesman just doing that.
I know. Yeah. Again, it's the sun. Basically, for anyone who's not watching the game, basically the side of the pitch where it's got the stand, I think that's the east stand. Basically, it's blinded by the sun whenever the camera goes near it. So anyway, the Charlie White brought a ball forward. It's in Lincoln's penalty box. Carl Winchester tried to get a head onto it, but it was headed out towards the keeper, who's rolled the ball forward to Lincoln's right back. I think it's Poole, isn't it? Number 2. Yes. Anyway, he's rolled it out further to the left side, and Lincoln have cleared it into our half. Luke O'Nien's got the ball, and he tried to launch it forward into Lincoln's half again, but they managed to get hold of the ball. Oh, and there's the Ask Danny. There it is. It's back. Sunderland, and speaking of back, Sunderland have the ball back. Aidan McGee has come deeper to receive it. Grant Ledbetter is trying to take on 2 men. Passes it back to Aidan McGee, who's literally on the halfway line. John Sanderson's received the ball just outside the centre circle, down towards Sunderland's right-hand side. Conor McLaughlin receives the ball. Nice ball forward. It's Pax Power on the right side of the pitch. He tried to turn his man, but he has been dispossessed inside the penalty box. And Lincoln have put the ball forward themselves, which it looks like they could get an attack going here. Not quite enough, though. Callum McFadzean's managed to defend pretty well. Never thought I'd be saying that in a sentence. Luke O'Nien passed to Lee Burge, who's got the ball forward again. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. No, I think there's a free kick given against Sunderland. And it can't be an offside because there was another Lincoln player in play further ahead of Charlie White. Long ball going forward. Charlie White tried to win an aerial battle against one of the Lincoln defenders. And I think it might have been Carl Winchester tried to make a run ahead of him. But a free kick has been awarded. And there's a Lincoln player down tying his shoelace. Very quickly, Jack, anything in the comments?
Yeah, Tony Lee says, like Wednesday, be patient, lads. Joseph Billingsley thinks that should have been a penalty. Wade Finney says, classic comedy from Bowers. Colin Major, if you can't see with the sun jars, put on your shades, lol. Wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah. Sorry, we're back. We're back in play here. McGeady's on the left side of the penalty area after a ball launched forward. McGeady's going to have a shot here. He's got a shot, and it's just over the bar from the left side of the penalty area. So it is a goal kick to Lincoln. So, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, Chopper SFC is just saying that he's liked it. Thank you if you have liked our stream, much appreciated. Lee Hall thinks we need Ross Stewart on. I think he was agreeing with Dino there. DJ says, Watson says he does that every game, like I've noticed. A few people asking for the score. It's along the bottom and in the top left-hand corner. Anything else? John Bradley says, I think our formations are cancelling each other out. As DJ Earth says, it's Pallion 4, Southwick 3. Must be the Sunderland derby going on.
Right, anyway, I think Lincoln's goal kick clearly must have been very good because Sunderland have the ball back, which just at the centre circle here. Luke O'Nien to the left side of the centre circle, just before the halfway line, passes it to Callum McFadzean. We're now back into Lincoln's half, but I think we've just ended up giving the ball away. Yeah, we have, and Lincoln could get forward themselves here, but Dion Sanderson manages to sniff out the danger, and now Sunderland could have an attack going themselves. Callum McFadzean's left-hand side, approaching Lincoln's third of the pitch, but passes back to Aidan McGeady, who's going to pass it to Grant Ledbetter just after the centre circle. Now switches it across to the centre of the pitch to Max Power. Max Power looks like he was going to try to have a shot there. If he was, that's a pretty weak. That was a pretty ambitious effort, to say the least. Dion Sanderson got the loose ball, and it's deflected out for a Sunderland throw-in. I'll ask you, Jack, what would your thoughts be as the first half is nearing a conclusion?
Not a lot, really, to be honest. I mean, I don't think we've had a couple of times where we thought we might have got through. There was that time that McFadzean got down the left. Lincoln had that one chance when they got through down on our right, but neither side have really broken down the other. I think we're just kind of cancelling each other out at the moment. But I think Wyke is struggling with the physicality again, where, I mean, look, we're saying this, he probably will pot up with a goal at some point, as he tends to do when he's not quite in the game. But we could just do with maybe Ross Stewart, someone else coming on, just to get us another foothold in the game.
Yeah, sorry, Sunderland attacking down the right-hand side after a couple of throw-ins, but when nothing really happened. Lyndon Gooch is going to try and take on two men here. I think he was trying to win a corner, but Lincoln have cleared only as far as Max Power, though. He's going to whip the ball into the box. Are we going to get anything on the way? And it's a goal! Sunderland have scored!
Get in!
That was a pretty team. It's Callum McFadzean. It was a freak. It was
no way!
Lincoln tried to clear the ball. Lincoln tried to clear the ball. Max Power had a cross from the right-hand side. And again, the sun blinded me view there for a minute.
The Sunderland legend!
I think that is Callum McFadzean, who, if I'm right, is that his first league goal for Sunderland, I believe. Let me see this again. Max Power, right-hand side of the pitch. That's a very good ball. Callum McFadzean gets in front of his man, heads it into the bottom right corner. It's Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 0. Either one of you start. What's your thoughts on the goal?
Go on, Dano.
I mean, it's a good goal. I mean, you never think Callum McFadzean's going to get on the end of it because he's tiny, but he's done really well. And that just shows his performances have been a lot better because we were slating him. But the last couple of games, he's deserved a goal. Well done on Callum McFadzean. Good ball by Power.
Jack, your thoughts? Actually, hang on, sorry. Sunderland just playing themselves in a little bit of trouble here. Lincoln have a free kick about 25 yards out of goal. But while the referee's standing over this, Jack, what's your thoughts on the goal?
Largely echoing what Dino said, really. I think it was a good ball in by Power, and obviously McFadzean's done well to get on the end of it. I'm not sure how he's managed to get there on the pitch, but obviously he has done. But he's had a good first half so far today, and I actually think these last two games against Portsmouth and Tranmere before Jake Vokins came in the last game, I actually think he had his two best performances in a Sunderland shirt. Now, I know that doesn't say a lot, but I thought I saw some recent signs of improvement in him, and he is looking a lot better. So I think he's deserved his goal. I'm really happy for the lad, and I hope that kind of the McFadzean that we all knew beforehand is maybe turned a bit of a corner. But no, I'm happy for him to get a goal because this looks as if it's his third half decent performance in a while. No, I think he's been decent today.
Yeah. Anyway, Lincoln are standing over the free kick. They're just about to take it, but it's pretty wayward. It's way over the bar. We've got 3 minutes to go till half time. So in case anyone's just joined us, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, it's Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 0. Callum McFadzean scores a header. And I'll quickly say my thoughts while Lee Burge gets the goal kick. I do agree with you too. I think that as much as I've been one of the biggest members of the anti-McFadzean fan, not-so-fan club, I do think in his recent performances against Portsmouth, against Tranmere, and today so far has been a lot better and good. I want him to prove me wrong. There's still going to be a way to go before I change my mind on him. But if he keeps this up, it's well on the way. Lee Burgess took the goal kick forward. It's just going to be another scrap. Dion Sanderson's going to go up against Lincoln there. Lincoln are now going to be having the ball down their left, Sunderland's right-hand side. We're just waiting to see what they're going to do with it. Sunderland have bodies back, though. They're forcing Lincoln backwards into their to switch it long to the right. Switch launch. There you go. There's the phrase I invented. Towards the right to their right-hand side of the pitch. Yep. I haven't been able to say Hennis yet. That's quite weird. Anyway, well, Lincoln have passed the ball forward back into their own half. Sunderland have just sort of relaxed the press a little bit, but that's fine. You're looking to allow Lincoln are just passing it around the back at the minute. So they're bringing the ball forward again. Now it's back into Sunderland's half again. It's down their left-hand side. He's number 15, Bramall, I think, is up against Conor McLaughlin, but Conor McLaughlin's won the battle. He's managed to dispossess him and hopefully get Sunderland going. Lyndon Gooch has beaten his man. He's approaching the halfway line. He's surrounded by about 2 or 3 Lincoln players. He's forced to pass back to Grant Ledbetter, who was going to try and do another switch launch, but has had to pass it back towards Max Power, who himself has just done a launch forward. He's going to aim for Charlie White, but Lincoln have dealt with it pretty comfortably. Yeah, and Sunderland, I think that is Carl Winchester's conceded a free kick, which Lincoln seem to have taken quickly, I think. Yeah, they've taken it quickly. They're going to try and do a launch forward themselves. How many times can you say launch in about a space of 5 minutes? They just, again, Sunderland have forced Lincoln to pass around the back at the moment. I think the game looks like so far, unless obviously something happens out of nowhere, this game could be petering towards half-time, which I'm certain would suit us as we are 1-0 up. Ball forward again, but it has gone straight comfortably into Lee Burge's possession. So, Jack, anything in the comments?
Yes, Lee Horse is getting McFadden. Philip Braun says, got to be a breakthrough coming soon with how much pressure we've just put on. And then literally the next comment is Chris Smith, goal. Chatteras FC is very surprised at McFadden. I think we all already. Adam Davis said he just turned it on. Let's go. Leighton Jordan, Dino's mates, he had a feeling about Power today. Anthony this is his first goal ever, apparently. Philip Braun says yes. John Bradley says, hell man, can you believe it? Luke Darby, captain's ball. I had a few more, but my internet's just went a little bit dodgy for a moment there.
It's copying off my internet then, in other words.
Yeah, I've got Michael Bauer's internet. Michael, I'll go back to you and I'll get them up.
Yeah, okay. I will point out Callum McFadden did actually score in the Papa John's Trophy, but it was in the 2-1 defeat at Fleetwood when we were both already through. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's his first league goal, but someone can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. 2 minutes have been added on, by the way, so we're into about 15 seconds of the first minute of those 2 minutes. Sunderland attacking down the right-hand side. Lyndon Gooch is going to try and take a couple of men on again, as in typical Lyndon Gooch fashion. The ball has found Charlie White, but he's managed to miscue the ball. Lincoln are heading it out. It's as far as Grant Ledbetter. If Sunderland could get a second before half-time, it could potentially kill this game off, but we know what football's like these days. But Luke O'Nine's pass to Aidan McGeady, who's quite deep. He's just inside the centre circle. I think someone were waiting for him to be given a free kick where Poole might have done a bit of an unfair challenge on him or unfair tackle. No, he has won the free kick. My mistake. Ledbetter is just about to go right in front of the centre circle to stand over this. Lincoln are going to have everybody back. I suspect this could be among the last action of the first half as we approach near the end of the first of the added-on minutes. Glenn Ledbetter's just waiting for it. I would ask one of you a question, but I know the second I do that, this will be taken. Ledbetter's just waiting for the referee. I think he's blown his whistle, so I think Ledbetter's assessing the options. Ledbetter's got the ball forward into the penalty box. I can't quite tell what's happened here. It's just been, there's the head tennis I was waiting for. Sunderland trying to get, oh, hang on, Aidan McGee's, I think it's Aidan McGee's dispossessed him. They put a ball into the box, and Lincoln have, after a scramble, have managed to deal with it. But Sunderland, I think, have the ball back. Nope, it is a goal kick, I think. Goal kick / free kick to Lincoln. There's about 30 seconds to go before half-time. Sunderland 1, Lincoln 0. Lads, would either of you say we deserve to be winning?
I'm indifferent to that question, to be honest. I wouldn't say yes or no. I don't think I guess the answer's no then, really. I don't think we've really earned the right to be in front, but equally, I don't think Lincoln have either, really.
Dino, what would you say to that?
Yes, because we scored the goal. I mean, it's been tight. But it's been a tight game.
By the way, just to interrupt you, but carry on.
It's a tight game. Don't get us wrong, but this kind of game is where you've got to, if you get a chance, you've got to take it. It's not one of them games where it's going to open up. It's going to be tight, so you've got to take your chances, and we've taken our chances, and yeah, I'm glad we're 1-0 up. But this is the problem when we go 1-0 up. We can't afford to sit back. We need to go for another one. And hopefully we can. If, like you say, Michael, if we keep clean sheets, we'll win the game. We'll win games. All we need to do is keep a clean sheet now, really.
Yeah, obviously you want to push for more goals. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to just rely on keep clean sheets, but yeah, ultimately, if you offered me just a clean sheet now, I'd take it. So it's important. So we've gone in at half-time 1-0, but I do hope that. I think it's been very scrappy, a bit of an ugly half, to be honest, where it's been both teams trying to battle each other out. But that's the type of game it's going to be. They're fourth in the league. Irrespective of their recent form, they're fourth in the league. It's going to be like that. And these are the type of games where you've just got to find a way to win, regardless of how the performance goes. So, Jack, I'll hand it back over to you.
No, thanks, mate. I'm just going to quickly go back on the live chat. We are going to be joined by Gary once again as soon as he's as soon as he comes back. We'll be joined by him and give his thoughts on half-time. He was on pretty much. Go on, Dino. You're waving your finger.
While you go to the comments, I'm just going to quickly get yourself a drink, okay?
Oh, how unprofessional, Dean! Absolutely disgusting. You might want to mute his mic, Mike. Anyway,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm going to be joined by Gary. Here we are.
There we go.
Before we go, Gary, Steve M73 says McFadden got in the promo. Steve McIntosh, shall I light the cigar yet? John Brandy says that's a bit unreal. Like, well done, Callum. That'll boost his confidence big time. Apparently, we're 4 minutes behind. Daniel Stevenson's a big fan of Michael's. Michael making up his word, saying switch launch. Dill Ann says get in. And Joseph Billings and Stuart to come on for Wyke. So, Gary, that first half there, obviously McFadden broke the deadlock, got us a goal. But overall, what did you think of it?
Well, if you remember before the game, lads, I said I was worried about the midfield. I would never have McFadden in the team. And I think I raised doubts about Gooch as well. So let's go through that. We've been superb in midfield. McFadden scored a goal, and I think Gooch has had a good half as well. So that's why, lads, don't listen to a word I tell you.
Yeah, of course. Well, then you have to F2 yourself out. But, of course, the goal I thought was a very good cross by Max Power. And McFadden, I mean, of all players, went up in that scenario to head it home. I mean, it was a well-taken goal, and hopefully do McFadden's confidence the world of good, Gary.
Yeah, it was great because we were really pressing in that corner, weren't we? And I like to see us doing that, chasing teams down and making it difficult. And as soon as the ball came out, with Power having the space, I thought he's got a chance to put a decent cross in. I thought it was McGeady at the far post at first, but to see McFadden getting on the end, it was a decent header as well. Fantastic. And that's what we want, isn't it? So I was really pleased with the first half. I think we've, in the main controlled possession, we've looked decent. I think there was the one mistake from 09 that let them in. But I mean, what a difference it is to see us playing with confidence and players working for each other. A few times when lads are getting pressured by the opposition and nobody's panicking. The players are finding space to take the ball off them, and it's really good to see. You can tell there's a bit of confidence amongst the team and the squad and the grafting for each other. So love it. Really, really happy with that.
Yeah, Dino, your thoughts on the first half?
It's been a close game. It was going to be one of them games where no matter what, you've got to take your chances because you're not going to get many. It was going to be a scrappy game, but I think we've had some good moments in play. I do believe them have had some good moments in play as well. I think most of their attacks have come down their left-hand side, our right, and I think Conor McLaughlin's done really well. I think McFadden's played really well on the left side when it's come down his side. I feel like we're bossing the centre midfield. Like you say, we've only made that one mistake. But I think, I was going to call them Plymouth. I think Lincoln I don't know what formation Lincoln are playing, but I recognise Eden, their right midfielder, hasn't even been on the right side. He's been in the centre. If you recognise, he's never been on the right side. So I don't even know where he's playing. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been a tight affair. They've only had the one chance I remember, and that was when Luke O'Neill gave the ball away. I think we've done all right. And now the pressure's kind of on them to come up with now and try and get a goal. And I think that should play into our hands because it'll open more spaces up at the back. And if we do bring Ross Stewart on, I think just get the balls into the box, and I know for a fine fact he will get onto one.
Yeah, just on that note, DJ
you've got Jack Diamond who can come on as well and exploit that just as much.
True.
DJ Ertsim can't emphasise how important getting quality crosses into the box. The amount of goals we've scored from them. Steve McIntosh is looking forward to Stewart coming on. James Woodmass played well. Still think you need Stewart to come on to try and go at their defence in the second half. Gary, do you think Ross Stewart should come on in the second half?
Well, given that Wyke's had a booking and if Johnson sees that, he tends to do something about it, doesn't he? We've seen in the past, and there's been a few challenges between him and the centre half that could go either way. So yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. And I think it's a good shout that Michael made about Diamond as well. He will stretch them, as we know from last week, so that'll be could happen too. To me, I'm feeling a little bit like I did at the FL Trophy semi-final. Lincoln are a good team. There's some good footballers there, and they link up well together. But it's up to us now to look after possession and make it difficult for them. And if we can hit them on the break, then all's good. But I do feel as though we've controlled the first half, and that the ball's in our court now. They've got to come out.
Yeah. John Bradley saying, I think 4-4-2 for second half. Gooch did nothing. I bring Stewart on and Maguire for Grant and Gooch. Luke Derby, the game is ours. We are in second gear and winning. DJ Earth says, Dino, wake up. Have you been falling asleep like Dino?
No, I think just DJ Earth has got something against me. He always has little pop stars for no reason. I don't know why.
Maybe he's just like an overly positive Sunderland fan and he just sees you as like the Terminator. He's not a big fan. Luke Ribbon says, we have been playing very, very well. And hello to Vicente Valdovinos, I think that is, Valdovinos, tuning in from Chile. Just very quickly, 256 pit watch. If you haven't already, please do give us a like. Just press that thumbs up icon. If you're on a mobile device, you might need to close the live chat. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. Be much, much appreciated. Mike, I don't actually think I've went to you yet on the whole Ross Stewart debacle. Does he come on for you?
Yes. I think that the three subs I'd be tempted to make, and again, it would depend on positions, I think would be, I think Ross Stewart to come on, not possibly for Charlie White, because I think, like Gary said, if he's been booked, then I think obviously the last thing you want is Charlie White getting sent off, and I think Charlie White's been quite isolated. Now, I know obviously taking White off and putting Stewart on means he'd be isolated up top, but I think he'd be a bit busier and give Lincoln a bit more to think about. I'd maybe take Gooch off and bring Jack Diamond on for the reason I mentioned before, that he's going to have a bit of energy, he's going to be a bit direct, he's going to have a bit of pace, and again, we'll force them back a bit. And the third change I'd be tempted to bring on possibly, but this one might be made a little bit later in the game, is bring Josh Scowen on, possibly for, say, Ledbetter. I mean, and this only because you've got to think of one of the midfielders to bring off, just because if Ledbetter, it's great to see Ledbetter's playing, but obviously I want to try and gradually get Ledbetter back into the swing of things, back into the fold. And I think Josh Scowen would be quite good at just controlling, or even then you could see him even take power off, but it depends. You're not going to take your captain off, are you? Unless you absolutely have to. So those are the ones I would make. I think the first half's been quite scrappy. I think we've shaded the first half. I don't think there's been anything in it that much, but the fact we've gone in front is crucial. Now we've got to manage the second half. Hopefully get more goals, but at least make sure we win the game one way or another.
Joseph Billingsley, Maguire, Diamond, Stewart will come on. Brian Halliday says another goal, please. Jeff Holcroft says everyone picks on Dino.
You know what, right?
He's used to it by now, man. He's used to it for about 2 years.
Talking about this game so far, at the minute, with us winning, have we jumped up to second yet, or are we still in the same predicament as we're still third?
Peterborough's winning 2-0 at Rochdale, unfortunately. So it's no change.
We can read out all the surprise, to be fair. Results. We can read out all the fellow results in League One if you just give us just a moment, or if anyone's got them, feel free to do so. But quickly back onto the live chat, Luke Darby says, leave it how it is. But Gary, I mean, if you look at the subs, the people we've got on the bench now, Remy Matthews, of course, you're not going to bring him on, but Chris Maguire, Josh Scowen, Jack Diamond, Dan Neil, Ross Stewart, and Ollie Younger. And we've talked about Ross Stewart, but is there anyone else from that pick who you'd bring on, or is there anyone in our team who you think needs to be taken off going into the second half?
No, I'd agree with Michael. If there's a third change, then you might be looking at giving Grant a rest and not risking any injuries, particularly to his shoulder. Scowen's the obvious one. Those are the three obvious ones to me. I don't see any necessity to change it, unless, of course, we go maybe 3 goals up and he wants to give the likes of Younger and Neil a go. But no, those would be the 3 obvious ones to me. But going on what we've seen before, I think he'll be happy with what's happening, and he won't change too much as long as we're in control.
Yeah, Gary, I'm just going to go to you on this, and you alone, because obviously we've been talking about the game as it's been going on. But I mean, in my opinion, I know he got his goal today, but I actually thought Callum McFadden had a very good performance overall today. There was once when I remember he left us a bit exposed on the left-hand side and Ledbetter went over to cover. Overall, I think he's kind of playing the same way he's playing against Tranmere in the final and then Portsmouth on the Tuesday before, where he's starting to improve. But again, today, do you think he's been actually all right today and a significant improvement?
Yeah, I think his first kick was to let the ball go out over on the left side after about a minute. And me and my son kind of looked at each other and went, yeah, it's same old Callum. But that apart, yeah, he's not done too much wrong. There was a couple of decent challenges came in. I think there was one header at the far post where he was in the right place, the right position, which we've not always seen. Like a lot of them, they've improved with regular football. They've improved under Johnson. Fair play to the bloke. If you've got every footballer being better than when he came in, then he's doing his job, isn't he? So, yeah, he's been okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Gary, thanks a lot for coming on and joining us at halftime. So we'll
No
definitely get you
problem.
on
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for calling. If you would like to F2 yourself out of here, there we go. He's done it already. Might have been Phil. But before I go to live chat one more time, I'm just going to read out all the scores in League One. So, of course, earlier today, the game finished Portsmouth 2, Ipswich Town 1. Then currently at half-time, you've got Accrington and Stanley 2, Wigan Athletic 1, AFC Wimbledon 1, Charlton 2, Oxford 0, Blackpool 2, Fleetwood 0, Swindon Town 1, Rochdale 0, Peterborough United 2, Plymouth Argyle 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Gillingham 2, Doncaster 2, Northampton 0, Crewe Alexandra 0, Shrewsbury Town 0, Hull City 0, Burton 0, MK Dons 1. So I'm not sure where that leaves us in the league table. It says that we're currently sat in third. I'm not entirely sure on the way that works. I don't know if that's taking that result into account or not.
If I'm right, I think we're third, and if Hull draw and we win, we go 3 points behind them with 2 games in hand.
Right. Okay, Michael, thank you for that. Just going to quickly go back onto the chat. C. Minton says, no subs yet, maybe at 60 minutes. John Bradley says, still third, so drawing 3 points behind 2 with 2 games in hand isn't bad. James Woodmus wouldn't bring Diamond on. Hello from Argentina. Brian Lopez Ocampo. Again, losing
Back in a minute, lads.
But yeah, go on, Michael. Tony Lee says, leave Dino alone. His face suggests he's having trouble with his hemorrhoids.
Tony Lee, yeah.
I know, he likes being cheeky, doesn't he? Fortoy Bree says, how are the lads? Greeting from New York City. Taffy Mackham says, seen enough of Diamond to say he's no more than a squad. But if as Dave Pogson says, Dino's positive, no more Dominator. Matthias Herrera tuning in from Uruguay. Hello to you. Jeff Holcroft says, need to give Dan Neil some minutes. He hasn't had more than 10 minutes in football in a month. Well, I can guarantee you one man who would love to see Jack Diamond come on is another man who's live at the moment, and that's Terry the Madness Steak. Probably absolutely blooded as he normally is on his live streams. But Dino, going into the second half, I mean, how confident are you that we can see this out, or rather actually go and get a second goal and wrap it up?
It depends what Sunderland side come out, because we know we've there's been a lot of times this season where we play a good one half, bad the other, and I think we played well that half. I think we did play well. We just need to maintain it, but are the players capable? I hope so. I mean, most of the attacks came down the left side. Nothing's really come down the right, in fairness. I mean, it says they're playing a 4-4-2, but I don't even think they are, because Eden, I've never seen him on the right side all first half. I don't even know where he's playing. Mm-hmm. To be fair, I just think, I don't know what it is about this team, but I just feel like we're starting to get it now. We're starting to work for each other. We look like a team, whereas under Parkinson, we just didn't. But the individuals are now starting to play as a team. Like McGeady used to just be selfish. He's been class since he's come back into the squad. Power looks a totally different player, and we've got a manager who's actually we've got a manager who actually will change stuff. If you're not playing good, you're out the team. It's as simple as that. And that's what I like about Lee Johnson. I mean, we don't have the best squad in the league at the minute. We've got the best manager in the league.
Yeah, he's ever the pragmatist, Lee Johnson. Javier Nish is wanting Newcastle to win. Well, I mean, thank you for joining the stream, but unfortunately, I can't agree with you on that. Tiago Rocha is watching from Brazil, as John Bradley says, poor Dino. Yes, poor Dino indeed. Well, Karen Monk, Philly's wife, says, love you, Dino. Dino, I'm sure that'll bring your mood up. There's nothing better.
Terry's going to be jealous now, Jack, will you? Jack, you'll be gutted now. She loves me. She doesn't love you.
I think Terry will be more good. There's nothing quite like being told you're loved off Kaza. But we're going to hand back to our wonderful commentator, Mr. Dino Elgar, for the first 15 minutes of the first half. As Javier Nish says, Dino, he's our Irish Magnifico.
Second half.
No, Magnifico. No, Magnifico. Anyway, McGradles kicks off. Lincoln kicking from left to right, Sunderland from right to left. I don't think there's been any changes in the second half. So it's pretty much the same as Sunderland try to come down the right-hand side, but it's cleared by Poole. Poole to, I believe that's McGradles. Eden switches the play to, I think that's Johnson. Johnson goes out to the right to Regan. to, I don't even know who that is. I think that's Monsma. God's sake, man. The players are all over the place. I don't know who's who, but McFadzean intervenes and knocks it out for a corner on their right side, our left side. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, DJ Sitter Watson says, can't believe Dino hasn't had a half-time pie. Great work, lads. I know it's really disappointing. I was hoping for Hogan to come on and give him a good slap with a pie. But back to you,
Any ball whipped in there by Johnson, headed away by Sunderland. And we're coming away with the ball now. I believe that's Carl Winchester. He switches it to Lyndon Gooch on the left side. Lyndon Gooch brings it down. He's under pressure. But he's tackled there. Eden has the ball now. Eden looks forward, plays it down the right side, looking for Johnson, but it's out of play for a Sunderland throw in. Comments, Jack?
Well, I haven't had enough time, but Colin Major says, don't worry, Jack. Karen will have the Johnson's baby powder ready. Matthias Herrera says, fan Bucker Juniors, fan Sunderland. Brian Halliday says, we are on our way again. And Dill Ann says, Forza Milan, Forza Sunderland.
Anyway, McFadden goes long with the throw in, looking for White. White wins it. The referee's given a free kick for a push in the back by, I believe that is Regan Poole. So a Sunderland free kick just in our half.
The man who loves swimming.
Or you could like a game of pool as well.
Hey! I should have said snooker. That would have made it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, Michael with his 5-second delay.
I'm just waiting for a coming down the mic in about 10 minutes time.
Yeah.
Anyway, Luke O'Neill looks for Charlie White. Charlie White does not win the header. McGradles comes out of it, goes long down the right side looking for Morton. Luke O'Neill wins the ball and plays it back to Lee Birch, who's in his box, who gives it just outside the box to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson cuts inside and goes past Rogers, who plays the ball forward to Power, who goes long down the left side looking for McGeady. McGeady will not get there, as it was a good tackle by Regan Poole, and it's a Sunderland throw in just near their box. It was a nice bit of play there. Will McGeady take the throw in? No, he'll give it to Callum McFadzean. I would come to you there, Jack, but you know what they're like with throw-ins. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
McFadzean now looking for a Sunderland player. 48 minutes have gone now at the stadium. Like he threw it to Winchester, who gives a poor ball back to McFadzean, and it's a throw in to Lincoln now. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, well, there's one on the screen right now. I'm sure it's Karen saying need more than baby powder for Harry Bottom. I'm not exactly sure what she's referring to there, really. You're not making little things up about me. As Tony Lee says, who's got a better squad than us, Dino?
Hull City.
Oh, well, there you go. Anyway, we're back in play.
Back in play with Ledbetter on the left side. Gives it to McGeady on the touchline. Gives it back to Ledbetter, who goes all the way back to Lee Birch. I don't know. I don't understand why he done that, but it keeps with the ball. Dion Sanson now bringing out a defence, approaching the halfway line, looking for a pass. He gives it out to Conor McLaughlin. No, that was Lyndon Gooch. Sorry, Lyndon Gooch was looking for Conor McLaughlin's overlap, and it's hit off a Lincoln defender, and it's went out for a Sunderland throw in on the right side of the pitch, which Conor McLaughlin will take. He throws it to Power, who looks for Lyndon Gooch, but it's deflected off a Lincoln player, and Max Power somehow gets the ball back and gives it to Lyndon Gooch, who's under pressure. He knocks back a Ledbetter, who gives it to Aidan McGeady. McGeady now in the centre of the pitch, looking for a run of McFadzean. Gives it to McFadzean out on the touchline, who was under pressure by Poole. He gives it back to McGeady. It's well played. McGeady now going down the byline, whips it in low. It's cleared by Jackson, I believe, or Motsma, and it's a corner. I was going to say a goal kick. It's a corner to Sunderland on the left side of the pitch. Well, Michael, so far, what's your first assessment of the first 5 minutes?
10 minutes.
Well, it's been pretty. Well, actually, to be fair, we've done all right. I think the first minute or so, it was Lincoln, and then now actually Sunderland's got it. Sunderland's getting the more of the play. You might want to get back in play actually for the corner. Yeah, no problem. We're down the right side now. Gooch will whip it in. It's flicked, and Palmer collects it on the 6-yard line. Palmer looking for a quick ball out. He goes long. He puts it downfield, but straight out for a Sunderland goal kick. Goal. Oh, God, I can't speak, man. For a throw into Sunderland.
Do you know what's why are you angry when we're 1-0 up?
I can't get my words out sometimes. I don't know why.
Happens to the best of us.
It is frustrating when it happens, like, to be fair.
Yeah. Callum McFadzean to take the throw in. 50 minutes gone here at the Stadium of Light. 1-0 to Sunderland. McFadden goes long down the line, probably looking for Charlie Wyke, who doesn't win the header. But as a referee, no, some the players who are appealing there, I don't know what for. It's a bit of head tennis, but falls to Johnson. It's a throw in again. Is he going to take the throw in quick? No, he's not. Poole now with the throw in on the right side of the pitch, about 30 yards from the box. Throws it to McGradles, who gives it to Liam Bridcut, who switches the play, and it finds, I believe that's Bramall now, heading towards the left side of the box. He goes down to the byline, and Gooch does very well there. Bramall gets the ball across, but I believe that's a goal kick to Sunderland. It was a good tracking back there by Lyndon Gooch. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, Aaron Fisher says we need to score very soon. Chris Law thinks that both Sunderland and Lincoln are going to be going up this season. As DJ Earth says, who's looking forward to Christmas? We all are, unlike Dino. He doesn't look forward to anything.
As long as we're not in lockdown by Christmas again, I'd be happy with a non-lockdown.
As long as we're not in League One. As long as we're not in League One, more importantly.
Lee Burge goes long down the left side of the field. Charlie Wyke does not win the header. The referee is given a free kick because Charlie Wyke has fouled. I believe that's Motsma. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, David Pogson says, what do you think, Michael, in 4, 3, 2, 1?
What do I think? What do I think of what?
He was just joking about the delayed reaction, but it was even more of a delayed reaction now.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard you were talking about something else, and I was wondering, like, hang on, what are you asking my opinion on? Well, so far, this second half, like I've said before, it's just about managing it, manage the game, keep Lincoln at bay, stop them from playing, and I think, like we talked about with the substitutions with the likes of Ross Stewart or Jack Diamond, gives them something to think about, and then psychologically they'll not want to press on as much as risk of being caught on the break by players who've got pace and who've got energy and have just come on. So yeah, it's all about how Sunderland approach the second half and manage it.
Do you know what's mad, right? Nobody's actually mentioned Chris Maguire. Nobody, like no one's mentioned, bring Chris on. Does that just show how far Chris Maguire's stock's fallen in the last couple of months of the season?
Well, he had that spell where he's coming on for games and either setting a goal up or getting a goal himself. And I wouldn't be opposed to him coming on at 70 minutes or so, because he might just be, nick a goal at the end to see the game out. But I think in a game like Lincoln at the moment, where they've only played 53 minutes, it's still a good way of the game to go. And Lincoln are going to be very competitive and come at us. I think if we were to make a substitution, I want it to be someone who's going to put a bit of battle in, a bit of fight in, and can actually help us defend a little bit, and even if it's an attacker, someone who can press the defence a little bit more, because I think Maguire is more of an opportunistic type player who'll pop up in the box at a good time to get a goal, but he doesn't really have a good solid performance in him throughout consistently. So if we're going to bring a forward on, I would probably rather I know he didn't play very well the other night, but even bring Jack Diamond on, because at least he's going to add a bit of physicality to battle a little bit. But just quickly on the live chat, Javier Nish says Michael Bowles.
What a name! What a name!
By the way, if anyone's wondering, there's a very big break in play as the free kick what White give away. There was a worry about their defender Motsma having a head injury, but looks like he's either got a bad mouth or a bad nose, or it might be a bit of both. Well, he is bleeding. I don't know where it's actually come from. I don't know if it's an elbow or a head, but it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it's 55 minutes.
Go on.
I was going to say there's 55 minutes gone now. Yeah, it's a big break and play, unfortunately. Go on, Jack.
Yeah, as he's coming down there, their defender, Wyke's kind of like left his left leg out, and his face is kind of bumped into Wyke's knee, I think is what it was, and he's cut somewhere. But David Pogson says, keep calm and carry on, Dino, man, in reference to Dino getting a bit frustrated with himself. Tom Wallace, the legend Tom Wallace, says it's time for the Flying Scott Super Sub time. As Aaron Fisher said, it would be nice to see Shrewsbury score. Hello, watching from Brazil, FN Nove. Javier Nish says both Maguires have square heads and dodgy heads.
Oh, God, I've dropped out on him.
You what? You what? Dino?
I would have
my
gone again there for a minute.
Yeah, my connection feels like it's going again, lads.
If you moved in with Michael, is that just a green screen of your old room? Is that why the bed's made?
The bed's not made.
I like that. To be fair to Dino, actually, to be fair, Dino's only got about 4 minutes left of commentary. So once that 4 minutes are up, then St. can play up as much as it wants.
No, it can't. Anyway, we're back in play now. They've took the free kick quickly, looking for the run of, I believe, was Johnson, and it's went out for a Sunderland goal kick, and my screen just froze again.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I just want to say very quickly, 282 people watching, haven't already. Please do give us a like. Just press that thumbs up icon. If you've got the live chat up on a mobile device, you might need to close that in order to give us a like. But any likes would be much, much appreciated. We'd like to get to 300. We might not get to that today, but at least 200 by the end of the game. That would be much appreciated. So if you haven't already and you are enjoying the stream, please do that. But back to you, Dino. If you're still
right, the ball's up in the... Yeah, I am here, but my internet's going crazy.
Yeah,
like literally. Right, we're down the left side with McGeady. McGeady tries to keep it in play, and oh, for God's sake.
You what? McGeady put the ball in.
Someone's going to have to take over.
Yeah, it's fine, mate. I can start
4
minutes early.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, it's fine. Mike, you can do the last 15 as you normally do, but a little bit of battling in the middle of the park there as McGeady comes away with the ball for Sunderland. Game slowed down just a little bit. McGeady trying to find McFadden on the left-hand side, who he does, but the ball goes out for a Sunderland goal kick. I'm not sure what's happening with Dino. Dino, you might, if you know what I did is I closed down with a couple of things and then started again, and it was fine. I don't know if you want to quickly jump out for a few minutes, and that might solve the problem that normally works for me. But Sunderland have a throw-in out on the left-hand side with Callum McFadden to take this one. Throws it towards the box, looking for that. Charlie White just goes over White's head and is picked up by Palmer. Palmer, right-footed ball forwards, looking for the head of their striker, but Dion Sanderson is the only man to get there. Conor McLaughlin sticks a foot out as the ball just goes into the air. McLaughlin battling away, as is Lyndon Good trying to win the ball back just on our right-hand side. And McLaughlin sticks a foot in, it's out for a Lincoln City throw-in out on the left-hand side. I'm not sure if Dino's left. No, he's still there. Dino, if you can keep an eye on the live chat box with your internet, it's probably not really the person to ask anyway, really.
I'll do my best, mate. I'll do my best.
Yeah, it's fine. As Dunn has the ball in the middle of the park, looking to play a forward pass. 09 trying to prevent an attack there. A couple of Lincoln players went down, appealing for a free kick. The referee hasn't given it. Sanderson emerges with the ball on the right-hand side. Ball up over the halfway line, headed back straight out to Sutton, and Dunn picks it down. Dunn with the sharp turn to take the ball away from Lyndon Gooch and drops inside, left-footed ball over towards the right-hand side, taken down by number 20, where Conor McFadden is there to kick it out, but I believe he was caught for being offside. Anyway, is anything on the comments, Dino?
Tom Wallace, it's time for the Flying Scots Super Sub time. I mean, I like to see him come on. Javier Nish, best team in the world at the moment.
Sunderland FC.
Sunderland. I was about to say Sunderland, like, back to you there, Jack.
Have you check the screen, guys?
Shrewsbury.
Yeah, as Lee Burge takes the free kick on the edge of our own box over to Conor McLaughlin at right back, who plays a right-footed ball forwards, looking for Lyndon Gooch, who he does find eventually after the Lincoln player just tapped the ball down to Gooch. Gooch drives inside now. Gooch trying to start an attack for Sunderland, knocks it back to Grant Ledbetter in the middle of the park. Ledbetter's got options, one of which is Carl Winchester. Winchester just ahead of Ledbetter, trying to bring the ball forward, knocks it back to Lyndon Gooch, about 25 yards from goal, trying to work something back to Winchester, over to Callum McGeady rather on the left hand side. McGeady's got 2 men up against him. He slips it at Lyndon Gooch just ahead of him. Gooch, I don't know who's aiming for there, but unfortunately the pass is intercepted as Grant Ledbetter has the ball, knocks it back to Luke 09 at left centre back over on the left hand side, inside to Max Power. Power trying to work the ball forward. He finds Aidan McGeady. McGeady trying to cut inside. He finds halfway line. That's a lovely little chopped pass back to Aidan McGeady, just taking a player out of the game. The ball goes forward. White header looking for Grant Ledbetter. Ledbetter knocks it on to White. Now it's with Aidan McGeady, who just takes a player out of the game, and he finds Carl Winchester just inside. Winchester moving the ball forward. He's got Conor McLaughlin out on the right hand side, who he finds. McLaughlin running at his man, cuts inside. He's got Winchester and Power to aim for just next to him, but he wins a free kick for Sunderland after a foul by their number 27. I believe that is, it is Rogers, their number 27. The free kick to Sunderland, about 20 yards out, kind of on the corner of the box over on the right-hand side for pulling Conor McLaughlin's shirt as he was cutting in. Michael, this could be a decent place to get a ball in and maybe get a second goal.
Wouldn't surprise me if we tried to go for it, actually. Depends who's going to take the free kick.
Well,
it depends. Maybe we may end up doing a routine. Maybe they might consider doing the routine that led to us scoring at Burn. Remember, it was a free kick. Maybe it was a little bit further out than this, to be fair. But free kick down this side of the pitch, pass it to Ledbetter or whoever it was on the box and shoot. They wouldn't shock me if Leighton McGeady went for this, though.
Yeah, it's about 20 yards out on the right-hand side, near the kind of the corner of the box, really, if anything. McGeady is the only one stood over the free kick, but he does have Levitt about 10 yards over his on his left side. In the boxes, the likes of Sanderson, 09, Wyke, Power, Winchester, Gooch, and Conor McLaughlin all aim for. Lincoln have, I think, a 3-man wall, and just about every single man back as the referees having a word with someone in the box, just trying to calm things down, I believe. So, yeah, McGeady, he could look across the scene, he could pass it over to Ledbetter, or he could even go for it himself. McGeady lines up to take the free kick, drills it low, safe by the keeper, and the ball goes out towards the left-hand side. It's kept in by the Lincoln City left-back as it's drilled forward, and out for another Lincoln throw-in, as that was a Sunderland player who came in the back of Ledbetter came in the back of a Lincoln player, and the referee says the ball went out, and it's a free kick rather. I thought that could have been, actually. Just getting a replay of that there. McGeady just, to be fair, what he did there, he drilled the ball at the goalkeeper quite low, but it was straight at the goalkeeper, really. So an easy save from the make. Although you never know, sometimes these things mess up. But Regan Poole has a ball out on the right-hand side, bringing it forward now. Swings a ball over to, tries to switch it. The switch launch, as Mr. Bowers would say. McLaughlin's there to intervene and knocks it forward, looking for the head of Charlie White, but Dunn eventually takes it down over to the left-hand side. Now, Lincoln City coming at us at all angles. Over the left-hand side is their left-back crossed in. 09 is the one to flick it away, only as far as Lincoln City, who come at us yet again, headed forward by Motsma into the box. 09 trying to stop, but he hasn't managed to do so, and Lincoln City have equalised. Their striker managed to get the ball. 09 was challenging him a little bit, and he just knocked it ahead, and Sanderson couldn't quite get there in time. Right-footed shot, low and hard into the corner, and Berger was routed to the spot, really just getting the replay of that. Yeah, 09 trying to stop him turning, but unfortunately he just got away from him too quickly. Sanderson dove in for the last-minute challenge, but it was their number 19 who was able to stop them in the end, and who was able to get them a goal in the end. Sorry, Sanderson just about a millisecond too late and drove the ball into the back of the net. We are making the sub, but very quickly we're going to go to you, Dino. What are your assessments of that goal?
I think Luke 09 was too ball hungry. He wanted to win the ball, and he got turned by Morton. Dion Sanderson trying to get there his cover, and unfortunately, there's nothing Lee Birch can do about him. He's about 8 yards out, and he's just hit it to the near post. It's one of them. I mean, Luke 09 was too hungry. He tried to win the ball. He should have just stood behind him because he's not going anywhere. And Luke 09 got turned, unfortunately, so it's 1-1. Shame.
Yeah, we'll come to you, Michael, in just a moment, but we are back in plays. Lincoln City have the ball on their left-hand side. Max Power plays it forward, comes straight back out as Conor McLaughlin's header looks to go forward, but Sunderland have won a free kick after pushing the back on Conor McLaughlin out on the right-hand side. I would go to you, Michael, but it looks as if we're going to take this quite quickly with Dion Sanderson.
Fair enough.
We know what will happen. You'll start talking. We'll have to cut you off midway through. We won't be able to get your expert analysis of. But Sanderson ready to take this free kick out on our right-hand side, just behind, about a yard behind the halfway line. He's got 09 near him, but he will play it long, which he does do towards the box. He's looking for Wyke, but Wyke can't win there. It comes down to Max Power. Power over to Dion Sanderson. He's got Gooch just up ahead of him, who he does find. Gooch takes it down. Left-footed dink over, looking for Charlie Wyke's head. He can't quite find him. Ledbetter tries to take it down. He couldn't quite do so. Ledbetter does well to find Conor McLaughlin, though. McLaughlin over towards Lyndon Gooch. Gooch, right-footed ball in, cleared away. Out for a Sunderland throw in out on the right-hand side. Michael, I want to go to you again, but Gooch looks ready to take this. He throws it towards Josh Scowen, who've just come on for Carl Winchester. Scowen is pushed down. It's a Sunderland free kick out on the right-hand side. A decent area to work something. But Michael, we're going to go to you first. What are your thoughts on that goal?
Well, pretty poor defending. I think it was more a good finish from Morton, to be fair, actually, from a Lincoln perspective. But for me, I think Luke 09, to be fair, that's the third. Like I said, he made a mistake earlier in the game that nearly gifted them a goal. I think Luke 09 just got turned far too easily. Don't let your man run ahead of you like that. It's easier said than done in hindsight, but let's see how Sunderland respond to this.
Yeah, Tony Lee on the live chat asking if my hair is being painted on. Behave, Tony. It's lockdown. We haven't got good trims. But Aidan McGeady stood over this free kick on the right-hand side. Right-footed ball in. No one in the box, funnily enough. Look over there, Luke O'Nien, who he does find. O'Nien puts it back across the box. It comes out Aidan McGeady on the right-hand side. McGeady slows it down, lays it off to Grant Ledbetter, but Morton got there just ahead of him. And here come Lincoln City on the counter-attack down the left-hand side. It is Callum Morton just coming over the halfway line. Sanderson's tracking back. The ball looks for the runner on the left-hand side who looked across it in. But McFadzean was able to block their cross before it was able to get in and challenge us. Tony Lacey gets Stewart on now. Steve M73, that was too easy. Daniel Jenks, O'Nien didn't show enough strength for that equaliser. Luke Darby, still a lot of time. Barry Johnson says sub-time. Brian Halliday saying we need to make a substitution. This is where Johnson should be bringing Ross Stewart on, says Lee Hall. It was Javier Nish says as Mark Goldbridge says bloody useless. Substitution was just made there. Scowen coming on for Winchester. Dino, what are your thoughts on that just very quickly?
If anything, I would have probably took Ledbetter off just for the more legs in the centre. But I didn't think Winchester has done a lot, but he hasn't put a foot wrong. But back to you, Jack.
Yeah, corner taken. Grant Ledbetter headed away, only as far as a done. Comes back to Lincoln City on the left-hand side. It's a clever turn. That beats his man. Comes into the box. Low cross. Conor McLaughlin is able to block it there. But Grant Ledbetter, that was stupid from Ledbetter there. Just diving in. I don't know what he was thinking there. Just dove into their player and it's out for a Lincoln City free kick on the touchline over on the left. Michael, is there any other subs you'd make? And what do you think of Winchester coming off for Scowen?
I think now probably would be a good time to consider bringing Maguire on because he has, as much as I know that he hasn't exactly got the paciest of attributes. I do think that he's someone who could potentially make a difference in this game. He has someone who's come off the bench before and made a good impact. So he's someone I would be considering at the minute as well as Diamond.
Now we've conceded and we're chasing another goal. I think I'm a lot more open idea now. As the free kick is whipped in, but nothing comes of it. Grant Ledbetter clears it away, only as far as Dunn who takes it down. McGeady putting a bit of pressure on him. Dunn manages to keep the ball and dink it forward, but Ledbetter intervenes first, finds Aidan McGeady just up ahead of him, who goes inside there. Charlie White returns and finds the captain, Max Power, in centre midfield there, over to Dion Sanderson. Now it's with Luke O'Nien. O'Nien into Max Power in the middle of the park. He's got a few options. He takes the ball forward just over the halfway in the centre circle, looking for the forward runner. Charlie White intervened by the Lincoln City midfielder as a Dunn. Now finds Morton, the goal scorer for Lincoln City. He's got a few options. Just slowing the game down a little bit, slowing down their attack as well. Back to their number 20 over to Regan Poole on the right-hand side, who looks to come inside now, plays a 1-2, finds it Dunn on the edge of the box. It Dunn trying to work it into the box, which he manages to do. Their number 27 has it now. Few players standing up, one of which is Lyndon Gooch, who manages to get a foot in. Dunn goes for the shot. Scowen got there, though, and the ball comes away. Ledbetter finds Max Power, who, lovely little turn, takes away from the Lincoln City player. Can Power get the tackle? Oh, he just didn't release the ball quick enough, but in all fairness, he didn't really have many options, only really Charlie White to aim for there. As Lincoln City come back at us now, looking for the through ball, but Sanderson's there to block it and puts it forward.
Come on!
Wins the loose ball. This is very scrappy. The ball's just going between both teams, really. We could do with someone just to win the ball back and get an attack moving, but the ball just keeps slipping between the two teams as Sanderson's getting called into action. Sanderson slipped over there. Number 27's in now on the right-hand side, drills it across. Shot. Great save.
Oh. Good save, Lee Burge. Good save.
Wake up here, mind.
Cross was drilled across on the right-hand side, and that player came in at the last moment. A right-footed ball, but Lee Burge was able to get up off the ground, run across, and then quickly get down and catch the ball again. We could have very, very easily been a goal behind there, couldn't we, Dino?
Yeah, he's played it across. I think that's Rogers, and to be fair, he's hit it like to where Lee Burge was actually standing, but it was good for Lee Burge to actually get down to it, as he already had made a dive anyway. So well done, Lee Burge.
Yeah, definitely deserves credit on that one as the ball goes forward, but Luke O'Nien intervenes and finds Callum McFadzean, the goal scorer today, back to Dion Sanderson. Right centre back was Tony Lee, says late winner coming our way, lads. Well, hopefully you're right, Tony. As Sanderson takes the ball over the halfway line, passes it to White, whose touch was just too heavy, and gives the ball away before the referee decided that White had also given a free kick away. It's going to be a free kick to Lincoln City inside their own half, roughly in the centre, as Liam Bridcut has the ball in his hands. Mike, going at the last 20 minutes, do you think we can nick a goal, and what changes would you make to get there?
Well, if we're going to nick a goal, we need to play a hell of a lot better than we have done, because I think our response to their equaliser has been awful. We've allowed Lincoln to dictate way too much of this game now. I think, actually, the other thing I'm going to say is I think White's been awful as well. I think every time... Oh, actually, speaking of Ross Stewart, I will point out he's just come on. Grant Ledbetter has just come off. So Ross Stewart's now on the pitch. So I don't know if we're switching it up to a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1, whatever it is we're trying. But, you know, fair play. Reece Johnson's going to attempt to be proactive here.
Yeah, it could be 4-4-2. At least we've got a bit extra height and physicality up front to just maybe get us in the game. But then number 18's driving forward. McGeady, of all players, getting back with a sliding tackle, winning the ball back. Plays a 1-2 of Ross Stewart. McGeady back into Josh Scowen. Scowen trying to get the ball moving forward as he finds Callum McFadzean out on the left-hand side. Back to Luke O'Nien. Left-footed pass looking for Max Power, who he finds back to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson spreads it over to Conor McLaughlin out on the right-hand side. McGeady just holding his leg there. Hopefully that's not an injury or anything. As McLaughlin trying to get an attack move and knocks it back to Max Power. Power out on our right-hand side. Ball floated into the box over there to Ross Stewart, who he does find. And Ross Stewart, again, as he did the other night, winning his first header there. Didn't really challenge the keeper, but good to see him winning a header at the very least. Speaking of Ross Stewart, he goes and challenges Regan Poole, who got the ball out on the right-hand side from the goalkeeper. Regan Poole just nicking it away from him at the last moment, though. And Lincoln... just passing the ball around their defence at the moment. It's back over to Regan Poole at left back. McGeady jogging back to block a potential passing route, I believe. Nice little 1-2 from Poole there. Back to their defence. Back to the Palmer in goal now. Ross Stewart, the man, challenging the goalkeeper, running
this
at him.
Referee's so trigger happy.
Is lumped forward, and as Michael Bowers just pointed out, the referee has just given a free kick to Lincoln City over on their left-hand side after a late challenge from Max Power, tripping their player over, I believe. Liam Bridcut, ex-Sunderland player, of course, to take it. Passes it into a Dunn back to Lincoln City's defenders, back to Palmer in goal now inside his own box. Right-footed pass floated out the right-hand side, and Poole wins a header forward. And here come Lincoln City now. It's their number 20 driving out our box. He's got number 18 on the right-hand side. He's a slight bit of a heavy touch, knocks it back there, number 18. Cross was drilled across, but Josh Scowen was able to block it there with his left shoulder out for a Sunderland throw. Any happy that Ross Stewart's on, Dino?
Yeah, someone mentioned in the comments that if Phil Parkinson would have never made that substitution in a million years. I mean, it just shows that we're going for it, doesn't it? We've got two strikers up. And by the way, while I'm talking, Scully is coming on. And I'm sure he scored against in the checker trade.
I think he did, yeah. Off for Brennan Johnson, number 20. Looks as if Lincoln are going for it as well. They're being proactive and maybe they're wanting to go for the win. Regan Poole out on the right-hand side, takes the throw in, gets it back now. McGeady and Scowen standing up them on the left-hand side. McGeady's done a lot of tracking back today, but as the ball has slipped into Regan Poole, who just comes into the box, but Gooch is there clear with a cross out on the left-hand side. Back to their centre half, who's just inside the centre circle, brings it over towards the left-hand side, knocks it forward, but Lee Burge will claim the ball. Burge just taking his time. We'll be handing over to Michael in just a moment. There's Conor McLaughlin, well, in about a minute's time. Conor McLaughlin knocks it forward to Max Power. Power plays it forward, looking for the head of Charlie White, who again isn't able to win the header. And Lincoln City come away with the ball now. Still inside their own half, a Dunn, heavy touch. White is able to put a bit of pressure on Stewart. Finds Max Power, who gives the ball away in a promising situation. As Lincoln City look to get an attack move, and Sanderson into the back of his man. But Lincoln City come away with the ball, trying to get an attack moving. But McFadzean again is the one to intercept the ball and plays it back to Lee Burge. Sanderson's down at the moment. The game hasn't stopped or anything. Scowen has the ball and trying to get an attack move, and Morton comes over to pressure him. He knocks it back to Luke O'Nien at left centre-back, across to Dion Sanderson. Now it is with Max Power on the right-hand side, over to Conor McLaughlin on the touchline. McLaughlin back to Max Power, just inside Lincoln City's half, over on the right. Now it's with Gooch, back to Ian McGeady. We're just looking a bit stuck for options at the moment. But the ball forward looks to find Charlie White, but Palmer. Well, I think it was an optimistic ball, but you know, sometimes, as I was saying, we're with strap robbers, but I'll hand over to Michael in just a moment. As soon as this ball goes out, there we go. Lincoln City have just put the ball up. We've got to throw it out on the left-hand side. But take it away for the last 15 minutes, Mr. Matterballs. But very quickly, can I just say 3 more likes before we get to 200? To the 324 people watching, if you haven't already, please do press that thumbs up icon and give us a like. See if we can get over 200. I know the goal was for 300. We're probably not going to get there today, but if you haven't already, you might have to close the live chat icon if you watch on a mobile device. But anyway, Michael, over to you.
Okay, well, that throw in that Lincoln gave away somehow has just been taken. Sunderland have got it. The ball's gone forward into Sunderland's half. Charlie White's on the ball here, and he's been fouled. The referee's given another free kick. Liam Bridcut's fouled him. It's a yellow card for Liam Bridcut. Just gone 76 minutes. So we're just waiting to see what's going. We're just waiting to see who's waiting to take this. Oh, Sunderland took the free kick quickly. I'm guessing they tried to, but like most referees, the referee seems against taking quick free kicks these days. I will point out, actually, and I'm not going to say it isn't the referee's fault we're not winning, but I think he's been pretty poor today. Actually, I think he's tried to make the game a lot about himself. But there you go. I try to avoid commenting on referees. Max Power, anyway. Speaking of the referee, he stood next to Max Power, and there's another sub for Sunderland. Chris Maguire is coming on, and he's replacing Lyndon Gooch. Probably a decision I would probably agree with. I think that, again, like I said many times, I think Gooch's energy and work rate is good, but I'm hoping Maguire's going to have a bit more class in terms of decision making. So hopefully he's got a positive difference and get us the extra 2 points. Max Power, I think this is Max Power. Actually, no, it's Chris Maguire. He's standing over the free kick, probably about 45 yards
Don't
out.
exactly look similar to them two.
Maguire launches, gets the ball into the box. It's been headed clear. Maguire's going to have a shot. It's deflected, and it's just wide instead of going in the back of the net. It's just wide for a small corner towards the left-hand side. Maguire, a long, optimistic effort, and the camera angle made it look like it was going to deflect into the back of the net, but oh yeah, that's just wide past the left-hand post. So Chris Maguire. So speaking of Chris Maguire, he's just about to get towards the left corner, our left corner flag, because obviously we're attacking from right to left. That ball is not on the line, I have to say. But there you go. Okay, it's just barely on the line. Maguire stands back over this. Ball, everybody's into the box. Okay, now he's having to reposition the ball, I think, actually on the line. The referee may have spotted it. Maguire ball from the left-hand side into the box. It's headed clear only as far as Aidan McGeady, who has headed it backwards towards Callum McFadzean. He's got Power to his right-hand side, with which he has found him. Power, is he going to put the ball in the box? Nope, he's burst it back towards McFadzean. McFadzean's going to put a ball in the box. That crosses a bit well hit, and it's once again straight back to the keeper. Here we go. Keeper's thrown the ball forward, and Lincoln could attack down the right-hand side, but it is out for his Sunderland throw-in. Anything on the comments there, Jack?
Yeah, a few people like about Maguire coming on. Is Brian Halliday says, "Come on, the king." Javier Inish says, "Yes, Slabhead 2.0 is on." John Bradley, Maguire, one moment of magic can give us the win. As Chopper SFC says, Peterborough, only team winning in the top 6, everyone else drawing. Stephen McIntosh, what a sub that could have been. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, the ball was launched forward again. Sunderland managed to miss it, and it was a switch launch forward. But I think it was Morton. Yeah, that's just. Well, I'll call it that, even if it wasn't. Anyway, Sunderland have a free kick because I think Morton, the goal scorer, was offside for Lincoln. Sunderland got the ball just inside Lincoln's half. As Callum McFadzean down the left-hand side, Lincoln's right. Chris Maguire's on the ball now. Has he given it away? Nope. Sunderland still managed to keep hold of it. Charlie White's got the ball to McFadzean, who puts the ball in towards the box for Ross Stewart. And for some reason, the referee's given a free kick. I'm guessing it may have been a handball, but the camera was far away to see it. So it wouldn't surprise me, though, given how poor this referee's been. Let's have a look. That's harsh for me, actually, but there you go. Maybe I'm just being biased. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, okay. The cameras tried to show Sunderland getting another throw-in. Okay, this is a bit of a funny couple of moments from the camera. Anyway, Callum McFadzean has got a throw-in our half, two-hand side. The camera is now on Lee Johnson. He's just trying to give out some encouragement or try to shout something to his players. Come on, camera. Yeah, okay. Callum McFadzean's tried to do a Rory Delap style throw. Ross Stewart did try to win the header, but wasn't able to get to it. Loose ball was cleared into their half by McFadzean. Give me too much credit there, mate. Ross Stewart. Now it's with Chris Maguire. He's got the ball forward again to Charlie White. He's actually won the header. It's as far as Max Power. Now it's Aidan McGeady. He's got options to his right-hand side. It's now Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin's going to put a ball into the box. Is it going to reach anyone? Maguire, I think it was Maguire
Ross Stewart tried to get a connection to it, but it was a pretty tame effort. Lincoln have played themselves in a bit of trouble here, though. McFadden's put a ball from the left-hand side into the box, but once again, it's headed clear. Come on, lads, your crossing needs to be a lot better than this. Okay, Lincoln headed out clear. Conor McLaughlin's on the right-hand side, but thankfully Chris Maguire spared his blushes because Conor McLaughlin's touch there wasn't exactly great. There's Aidan McGeady. I think he's moved more central here, but I could very well be wrong here. Lincoln trying to press out. Chris Maguire's got the ball. He's passed it out wide to Max Power. Now Conor McLaughlin receives it for the far right-hand side, passes it back to Max Power, who's going to put a ball into the box. This is not going to go anywhere, I don't think. It's been headed out by Lincoln, and I think they're going to clear the ball backwards towards near the halfway line. Surprised the referee didn't give a free kick there, knowing what he's been like. Dion Sanderson's passed it towards Conor McLaughlin, just in front of the centre circle. Now it is that is, I think, with Max Power. Chris Maguire's received the ball. He's got an option. He's put the ball into the box, but it's been headed again, clear by Lincoln. Sunderland are going to try and get to the loose ball. Luke O'Nine's managed to win it. No, he's managed to win a free kick off Morton. So Sunderland probably, again, about 35-ish, 40 yards out, have got a free kick and an opportunity to try and cause some problems. Dino, what would you say for your thoughts ahead of the last 10 minutes plus added time?
We're doing the right things, like getting down the wing, putting the balls in, but the balls haven't been good enough. They're too low. You need, if you go on one for Ross Stewart, you need to float it to him. Don't hit it at his chest. Make him have a jump, because he'll out jump most of the defenders and probably the keeper with his height. We're just at the minute it's all us. It looks like we're looking for the goal.
Yeah, I don't know whether Lincoln. I don't know whether Lincoln would take a point now. Funny enough. Anyway, Chris Maguire is standing over the free kick. The ball's come into the box. It's not a bad ball. Someone could connect to it, but again, no one connects to it. No Sunderland player connects to it anyway. Ball's headed out now, back into the box, back out again. It's just a bit. There's the head tennis, and Lincoln have now managed to clear it. I think I'm not even happy inside our half. Well, yeah, won't be happy unless we get the 3 points. Chris Maguire passes the ball left to the right hand side towards Max Power, and there's doing a nice little 1-2 interchange. But I think that might go out for a Lincoln throw in, and it has. Decision making's been pretty poor today, and as well for me, a poor goal conceded, which has the score Sunderland 1, Lincoln 1. Any comments, Jack? Any new ones?
Yeah, having a niche saying Rory Dulac was a god, Michael. Boney's Miniatures saying, come on, need the winner. There'd be 3 points behind Hull with 3 games in hand. Brian Halliday's and set plays have been poor today. And then Boney Miniatures just corrected himself saying 2 games in hand. Back to you, Michael.
Okay, well, just as literally as you asked us, the hashtag Ask Danny has come up onto the screen, and Lincoln has a throw in on the right-hand side. Ask the Doominator. Okay, then. Lincoln is standing over the ball, and they're just advertising the streaming pass for the Bristol Rovers game, which, of course, is Sunderland's next fixture once this one is finished. Yeah, and it is yet again, it's headed out again for another throw-in to Lincoln. Yeah. Wonder who Bristol Rovers manager is. Oh, I have no idea. Lincoln are standing over to take a third throw in a matter of about a minute, which they've taken it. It's towards the halfway line. It's more head tennis. Seems to say it for the end of the game rather than at the start. Right, Max Powers managed to win the ball back, but he somehow managed to not. No, okay, I thought he'd given it away, but not quite. Aidan McGeady tried to pass the ball through to Ross Stewart, but the pass wasn't good enough, and it managed to be intercepted and cleared by Lincoln. As far as Sunderland's back line, Callum McFadden's passed the ball back to Lee Burge. There's not really much Lincoln pressure there. Lee Burge has kicked the ball long and kicked it out for a throw. I hate goal kicks like that. Goal kicks have just given away another goal kick, another throw in towards Lincoln. Jack, what would your thoughts be going into the latter stages of the game?
Well, some DJ Earth in the live chat just made a fair point since but we aren't going to win every game, which is a fair point. We're all sat here really, really disappointed. But a little while ago, a 1-1 draw against Lincoln wouldn't have been viewed as a bad result. I'm really disappointed if a winning run was to come to an end. But we need to remember that you can drop.
Hang on, sorry, Lincoln have got an attack down the right hand side. The ball's come into the box. It's a shot. Lee Burge is saved. Oh, okay, Sunderland have managed to scramble it clear. Lincoln could and probably will feel they probably should have gone 2-1 up there. Lincoln have took a throw in quite quickly. It's going to be a shot just outside the box. The ball comes into the box. Man free at the right post, and he's managed to scuff his shot over for a goal kick to Sunderland. Switched off massively there. Anyway, sorry, go on, continue.
Good save, Lee Burge.
Yeah, I would just say that if we pick up a point a day, in hindsight, it's not really that bad of a result, provided we go and win other games. Yes, a good save by Lee Burge, provided we go and win the other games that we've got against teams that are lower than Lincoln on the table. The point wouldn't be too bad of a result today, but obviously it would be disappointing to see the winning game coming to an end.
Agreed. Anyways, we're just having a throw into Lincoln in their own half on their right, our left-hand side. I think this is Poole. I think it's Poole who's over there. Yeah, Regan Poole, who's about to take the throw in. He's done another Rory Delisle style. Rory Delisle style. I'll try that again. Rory Delisle style impressionable throw in. I'm doing a Dino.
The man who makes up words.
Another bit of head tennis. Yeah, exactly. Charlie Wyke has just been dispossessed. He tried to take on about 2 or 3 players, and the ball. Oh, Lincoln could be in down their left-hand side here. Conor McLaughlin's just took out one of their wingers and has been booked for his troubles. Oh dear me. Anyway, it literally was a wipeout. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is easily a free kick and a booking. Yeah, he probably had to do that because otherwise Lincoln would have probably gone through on goal. So we've just got 86 minutes. It's Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 1 at the Stadium of Light, and Lincoln have a free kick about 45, 50 yards out. So we're just waiting for them to stand over this. I think is it Morton who's standing over this? No, it's not. Oh, dear. Anything in the comments very quickly, Jack, before it's taken?
Yeah, before I do, I just want to say, I know I've said it a few times, with 347 people watching, if everyone was to hit the thumbs up button now and give us a like, would get to 300 by the end of the stream. I know it's a big ask, but we'd absolutely love to get to 300 if we could. So press that thumbs up icon if you haven't already, and you are enjoying the stream. You might have to close your live chat if you are watching it on a mobile device. Please do that and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But Daniel Jenks says,
into the box. It's down towards the left-hand side, towards the right-hand side, and it's out for a goal kick. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, Daniel Jenks says, say the SAFC Fan TV line, head tennis. Stephen McIntosh saying Burge is man of the match. Chopper SFC says, it's not a bad result. Just when LJ came in, we had so much ground to make up. Thanks to Party, that playoffs is a miracle in its own right. Alex Wiley saying Jordan Jones is a miss for sure.
Hang on, there could be a chance here to make... What? Has he been given a free kick against... Okay, McGeady could have gone through, but maybe possibly even one-on-one towards the box, but the referee's given a free kick. And must have been for a handball or some sort.
Michael, can I just very quickly interject?
That's it.
Rochdale have equalised against Peterborough. It's now 2-2. So I think they were the only team in the top 6 actually winning today, and they've just dropped points.
Yeah.
So
hang on, Lincoln are going forwards here. They've got. I think it's in number 9. I think they've got a shot here just from outside the box. It's a shot. It's been deflected. It's been blocked by 09. It's come out to Scowen, who gets the ball forward. Our ball retention has been pretty poor. Ross Stewart's down on the left-hand side, but he's lost the ball. You don't give a free kick away, and you've just done so. You're giving them a chance to go forward now. Ross Stewart, out of frustrations, needlessly conceded a free kick to the left-hand side just before the halfway line. So Lincoln could have an opportunity going forward here. The camera's once again on Lee Johnson and what appears to be his assistant. I think it's McAllister. Lincoln have took the free. Lincoln still took the free kick. They've managed to. Jamie McAllister. That's it. Yeah, I forgot what his first name was. Lincoln have switched it down the pitch. Is Maguire going to get to that, or is this going to be another free kick? No, it's not. It's out for a Sunderland throw-in. Bearing in mind, obviously, we're probably going to have a few minutes added time, given the injury, given the stoppage in play at the start of the second half, which lasted at least a couple of minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised to see 5-6 minutes added on. So here we go. So I think it's Conor McLaughlin who's took the throw-in towards Charlie Wyke, who's got it through to Ross Stewart, and a free kick must have been given because they're showing a replay of the potential McGeady chance earlier, which was penalised. Nope, and Sunderland are giving the ball away again. Goodness me, we're giving the ball away far too many times. Sunderland now, but Lincoln have managed to pass it out. Scully's managed to pass it out for a throw-in on the left-hand side, which Sunderland are about to take. Callum McFadzean's over it. Is he going to do another Rory Delap throw-in? Nope, it's a quick throw-in towards Ross Stewart. Passes it back to Callum McFadzean. And played himself in a bit of trouble here, and Lincoln could be getting forward. Our decision's been awful today. It's going to be a cross from the left hand for the right hand side. Luke O'Nine's managed to block it off for a Lincoln City corner. Not ending this game very well, I have to say. Giving Lincoln a bit too much respect, in my opinion. But we're just about to get ready for anyway. Anything in the comments quickly before the corner's taken?
Yeah, Mevlin Royal says Maguire winner on the cards here. Philip Braun says White at the death. Chopper SFC, as things stand, we don't lose any ground because every team in the top 6 is now drawing. Chris Smith says McGeady is sleepwalking. SAFC Fan TV,
sorry,
one, and we go second.
Taken from the right hand side. Lincoln are going to try and head it, and it's been cleared. And by the way, there's 5 minutes added time. Lincoln have still got the ball. Sunderland are trying to. There's the head tennis again. It's been cleared down towards the right-hand side. Lincoln have still got the ball. 09, do not give a free kick away. 09, do not give a free kick away. He's got his hands all over Morton, to be fair. Or Scully.
Oh, he's not listening to you, Michael.
Deflected out for a Lincoln.
He's feeling his nipples.
Yeah, well, no. Oh, well. Yeah, Scully has now won a throw in for Lincoln to just on the pretty much the very edge of the pitch. So we're gonna. I don't know whether they're going to try and another instalment of the Rory Delap throw-in series.
Rochdale's winning 3-2.
Stand over this.
No way.
Seriously.
Class.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll tell you what. Yeah, a point here wouldn't be too bad if the results stay as they are. Okay. Anyway, Sunderland. Oh, Lincoln are the one who's ending the game stronger here. Sunderland haven't really got going in the second half. The ball forward to the left-hand side, but it's been miscued. Dion Sanderson's tried to clear it, and I think that's going to go straight back to Lincoln. Yes, it is on the halfway line, pretty much just after the halfway line. McGeady's conceded a free kick. Glad you need to stop giving stupid free kicks away. That was needless. McGeady's just complaining at the referee. I think it probably was a free kick, to be fair. There's about 3.5 minutes. There's near 1.5 minutes gone of the added time. A cross coming from the left from Lincoln. It's been cleared by Dion Sanderson, but only as far as probably about, say, 25, 30 yards out. Sunderland are just trying to stand their ground here. Chris Maguire's managed to head the ball out for another Lincoln City throw-in. Just waiting to see what's going on here. Wigan Pools took the throw-in quite quickly. Are Sunderland going to win the ball back? Are we going to give away another free kick? No, we've managed to win the ball back. Maguire's got the ball, but he's managed to miscue the ball. I think that's Liam Bricker. I can't remember whose number 27 is for Lincoln. He's going the ball forward. Well done. Powers won the ball back. Come on, Sunderland, get an attack going. Anyway, Chris Maguire's on the left-hand side. There's nobody there with him, though. Chris Maguire's been forced back near towards the halfway line. He switched it towards the centre where Josh Scowen is, and Conor McLaughlin's to the right-hand side, who has received the ball. We're now probably approaching Lincoln's third of the pitch. That's a pretty of a wayward cross from Conor McLaughlin. It's been headed out comfortably and dealt with comfortably by Lincoln City. So now I think it's Lee Burge. Lee Burge has come out for this loose ball. He's going to pass it towards Dion Sanderson. There's 2.5 minutes left in added time. Still Sunderland 1, Lincoln 1. Luke O'Nine's managed to get hold of the ball. He's just got it just past the halfway line, looking to see where his options are. He's put the ball forward towards the left-hand side of the penalty box. Charlie White's managed to win the header. Lincoln have dealt with it fairly comfortably again, though. Ian McGee's now got the ball. I think he's going to try and have a shot. Yeah, he's going to try a shot. McGee's on the edge of the box. His shot is deflected and is back out towards Conor McLaughlin on the right-hand side. He's put a ball into the box. Again, another poor cross. Lincoln deal with it pretty well. Josh Scowen's got the ball. Conor McLaughlin's to his right-hand side. Now back to Josh Scowen near the right-hand side of the pitch, trying to play a triangle with Aidan McGee and Conor McLaughlin. Aidan McGee's managed to hold off his man to keep hold of the ball, but is forced backwards. Lincoln defend pretty well, to be fair to them. Conor McLaughlin's passed it back towards, I think that's Max Power. He's tried to dink the ball into the box. Charlie White, he needs to win the header here, but he hasn't. He's managed to lose the battle here. And Lincoln have got quite a bit of space down the right-hand side here. I don't know where Callum McFadzean is, but anyway, Scully's on the ball. He's going to try and take on Sanderson. 09 could get done here. It's in the penalty box. It's back out towards the right-hand side. Poole puts the ball into the box. It's been headed well clear, but only as far as Lincoln again, which is approaching the penalty box. Can't talk again. Liam Bridcut on the ball down the right-hand side. Poole's going to put a ball into the box, and it's going to be headed out. It's going to be cleared out for a Lincoln City throw-in with just over a minute left of the game. Oh, I'm going to get myself to breathe a minute. I think Lincoln aren't in any hurry to take this throw in mind. They're just showing McGee.
There was us buzzing about Rochdale taking the lead. Well, Peter have just equalised. It's now 3-3.
Of course they have. Brilliant. Anyway, so Lincoln have took the throw in. Sunderland, someone's got their head over the ball. Don't tell me that's a free kick to Lincoln. No, it looks like it's a free kick to Sunderland because everyone's walking back towards the centre of the pitch. Ref, what are you doing? Referee's picked the ball up and he's now walking, and Lee Burge is walking towards where the ref is. Go on, Lee Burge, try and take it quickly. Lee Burge is just getting over, he's just got the ball, he's going to try and take it. Well, come on, we need to hurry up a bit, lads. Lee Burge is going to launch the ball forward again, and is it going to win it? Are we going to find Charlie Reich? Nope, and it's going to, Lincoln have dealt with it. I think that might end up being it unless either team comes up with something later on. It is a throw into Sunderland on the left-hand side. Don't know where the ball is. Come on, lads. You might as well get the ball forward because then Lincoln haven't got a chance to try and go forward after that. Josh Scowen's just got the ball. I think we're going to try a long throw. Yeah, we're going to go for a long throw into the box. Come on, Mikey. So you need to win the header here. Hasn't won the header. It's come out of Colin McFadzean. That's full time. in my opinion, disappointingly, it's Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 1. But I think Lincoln were the better side second half, and I think that was probably a fair result. But I don't know what you two think. Feel free to tell us if I'm wrong.
Well,
we'll save that for the review, eh?
Yeah, I was going to say we'll save that for our short review after every game, which we'll get on and record that in just a moment. Just one last reminder: if you haven't already and you have enjoyed our stream today, please do press the thumbs up icon. 250 likes at the moment. Can we get to 250 by the end, maybe? If you are new and you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Before we go on and do our quick review, I'm just going to give a quick few mentions on the live chat. Boney's Miniatures, Philip Brown, Jimmy Stokes, Seaman, and Tony Lee, David Spencer, DJ Earth, Simon Chanter, John Bradley, Stephen McIntosh, Andrew Wade, Trotter SAFC, Ross Anderson, and Lee Hall. Thank you to every single person who has joined us today. It does mean a lot when we're, get people there tuning in for our stream. But like I say, we're going to quickly jump off and do our quick review show now. We'll talk about the game as well. Don't forget, join us tomorrow for the Sunday Bunch live from 7 p.m. We'll be back to talk about this game in a bit more depth than we will in the review, as well as get the other lads on the channel on as well as probably preview Bristol Rovers, or we'd probably rather do that on Thursday Night Live. But for myself, Jack Dodds, from Dino Algar and from Michael Bowes, thank you to every single person who's tuned in, and we will see you tomorrow on the Sunday Bunch. Bye-bye.